Let's do this right. It's the EST Hangout presented by White Claw, which is a refreshing, real flavors, the hard seltzer that starts the wave, made with refreshing, real flavors from their iconic taste, White Claw. The difference is clear. Nice lime one.
I knew you'd
to get going
one
for today. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola with you here on the EST Hangout. Joined today, returning Joaquin Gage and Gerry Moddejonge from Postmedia. Gentlemen, thanks for coming in, and thanks for joining us today.
Of course. It is feeling nice and homey in the old headquarters here since last time I was here. You guys have decked it out. It's looking spectacular, and it's feeling sporty, fellas.
What's
like
feeling sporty? I
All
wonder
right.
what makes it feel sportier. We added a basketball net.
Well, of course.
You and Dusty should go like one-on-one.
Okay. Okay, if that were to ever happen,
We should
I just rope it up the big guy until he tires himself out, and then I just
I like that strategy.
Cool bet odds would be on Gerry, and I would put a lot of money on that.
depends.
It'd be a good battle, I think.
Depends how long it would have to. I could outlast him.
Yep.
But he's built like a powerhouse, so I'd have to take some. I'd have to take some hits early on.
Yeah, you would, but it's all about the smarts. Do you think you're smarter than
No.
him? No, really? Really?
No, it'd be pure. I'd have to wait until his tank was empty, and then I would
Go to
make
town.
a comeback. Yeah.
Yeah. How about, you know what else makes it home here? How about Zacticum coming through in the clutch with coffee this morning
Yeah.
that we get to enjoy
That's
while you
nice.
enjoy a delicious White Claw?
The White Claw is going to be wonderful.
Is
The
it cold?
lime, I'm starting with the. Is it cold?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I put them in the fridge earlier this week to get
Attaboy.
prepared.
I knew you would.
I'm ready to go.
Is this
Yeah.
the first day of White
Today's
Claws?
first day. So we were Mott's Clamato was the sponsor for the last 3 months, and now we're shifting for 3 months to White Claw, which is the seltzers are my go-to drink.
It's a good timing.
Yeah.
At 10 a.m.
It's 9.
Even better.
It's 9 o'clock. Well,
Hey, I'm
you
here.
know,
May as well.
I have to. Like I didn't drink enough of the Mott's Clamatos. I will say that I didn't jump in enough that I should have. They were delicious. We ran out of the pickle being the extra spicy too quickly. I just love the White Claws too much. I got to jump in for the sponsor.
That's
I'm
fair.
taking one for the team.
It's a tough one.
I will go through. We have the variety pack here, which is the natural lime, black cherry, mango, and ruby grapefruit. We have a White Claw Surge, a box of that, and then there's a White Claw Surf. So there's like 8 other flavors I have to try. Like, and I have to try them all because
You have to.
we gotta rank them. Maybe I gotta just start ranking. So obviously lime is number 1 because it's the
to
first
vet
one
them.
I've had, and now I'll just have to slowly move them up and down the rankings to try out the White Claws. It's just that simple. I'm taking one for the team, Gerry. Taking one for the team.
That's fair. My question is, who is Zacticum trying to impress today? Like, and why today?
Good point. I don't know. Maybe he's just nice.
So we're all here, the regulars. He hasn't brought coffee in when Gager was here.
Yeah, maybe it was
So
me.
there's only one different person today.
Or
No,
maybe,
maybe it's not me.
maybe he really messed up badly, and you guys just haven't discovered what it was yet.
It's like a
And
puppy.
This is a preemptive. I'm sorry. You never know. Just don't give the kid too much credit. Is all I'm saying.
I like how you're suspicious of a kid going to school. But I love that. I love that attitude.
What has he done in his life yet? He's gonna mess up sooner or
Oh,
later.
yeah.
So you might as well just treat it like that's what happened, and then when it does happen, then everybody's just
So
going
how
with the
it's a
flow.
big enough mess up that he brought in a bunch of coffee.
It's a teaching moment. But what is the moment? We have yet to discover, according to Jerry's theory.
Trev should be bringing stuff in.
Yeah, how about
He
Trev? Did you hear
offered
this?
last week because
Yeah.
your punishment for hot takes was he has to. He offered and no one took him up on it. The boys didn't
Okay,
take him
well,
up on
yeah,
it. So.
well, that was part of it, I guess. He had to ask what they wanted. If they said no, but just the whole announcing of the significant other.
Yeah.
I mean, that's full George Costanza territory. Worlds are colliding.
collide.
Like I don't bring my wife around here, right? Like this, I can't. That's just can't happen. So we'll see. I'm interested to see. We might have to have the cameras out and see how that relationship unfolds.
They're very cute. They're 2 cute people.
I like it.
Like 2 buttons.
2 buttons.
Yeah, cute like a button.
Cute
you get
like
2
a,
of them.
I get it, Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Hey, bold move to announce. Like using your hot take. Like that's one you got to go back to. Like I used up my last hot take.
Yeah.
On you.
You know, it's funny because he texted me at like a little after 6 this morning, and said, "Hey, Gager, I've got a take. It's about you. No hard feelings. It's all jokes." And I was like, "Oh, that's obviously really sweet, but no big deal, buddy." I thought he was going to bring the heat. For him to just say he could score me, like, join the millions of others that have done that as well. That's not. I was ready to be shredded, so it was a little bit of a letdown, and it could have cost him today. So.
Ooh.
How are Eric's soccer takes for you?
Well,
Like, is he ever going to win with those soccer takes? Because they are fantastic.
I understood a couple, but I didn't get the other. I have to. I mean, as a judge, I have to broaden my horizons with all sports. So maybe I have to start investing in the beautiful game a little bit more to get a real good grasp of where Eric's coming from.
Or that's just his problem that he goes with the takes that very few of us understand and no one else does.
But that's part of the beauty too.
He had one of those takes was like 4 sentences long, and I'm like, what is he still talking? I think Pinter was ready to fire and he was still going. I'm like, I didn't catch that.
I love those ones because I know I'm laughing. Like, I laugh to them because I know, and I know no one else is, and there's so many people just going, what the hell is he talking about?
Exactly.
Like, what is
Right
this?
here.
And I just go, that's a good one. That's Man City, 115 charges. Well done, Eric. Well done. Are you an F1 guy at all? Did you ever get into Formula One, Drive to Survive, all that stuff?
Look at me. I'm stock car written all over me. There's no way.
Left turns only, Jay.
Yeah. Formula One is its own universe. Like,
Well, that's why you watch Drive to Survive.
I should be watching that.
Oh, I might have to. We have to talk, Jerry. This
Yeah,
is
He'll
absolutely.
convert you.
okay.
No, I'm willing and able. I just need a push in the right direction. That's why I come here. I know absolutely nothing. You guys fill me in, and then I leave, and I'm like, yep.
So, we got Lewis Hamilton. You don't know if this is like, you're very skeptical of him going to Ferrari, whether this is true or not.
I just think there's a few things that are a possibility here. It could just be reporters trying to get the season fired up and create some buzz. The other side of it is, like, I haven't seen pen to paper, right? You haven't seen the official announcement that he is moving. And when you look at, I find that the actual F1 website is the clearest one for news from that. Nothing, crickets about the whole situation.
Because they talk about rumors on their website, don't they?
Sometimes, but
Or does it have to be like
rare,
the NHL?
Very rare. Yeah, they're pretty on top of things. So all this is coming out of Sky Sports so far, from what I see.
Who are the official broadcaster of Formula One? That's the broadcast we watch here in Canada. They are very tight with a lot of
partners.
different. Yes,
But they want to also create the buzz for everyone to watch too, right? So until it actually, I hear Ferrari, Mercedes, and Lewis Hamilton confirm this, I'm still quite skeptical that this has even been done yet.
I think it's juicy.
I think it's gonna be great.
Because right away I'm like, Gage, or like, then who do you fill his void with? Like, who's out there? Who could he go pluck? And Gage was throwing out some names, Gasly was around there. And I'm like, well, where's so-and-so in the big grand scheme of things? How was Piastri last year? I just think it's crazy. And then you mentioned that after this season that basically every driver except for 2 don't have contracts?
Yeah, it's Max. If the rumor's true, then Lewis, George, I believe, Leclerc's signed through now. So
3.
The silly season
And
is
Max.
going to be
Max. So
crazy.
4.
Moving forward, because the seat shuffle, right? So I mean, the wheels were turning this morning of what I would like to see. I mean, who wouldn't want to see Fernando Alonso and Mercedes, and taking over? Like, that's who I pictured taking over Lewis's seat and then challenging to become a 3-time champion. That'd be unbelievable.
I like him because he's the crudgy old guy on the circuit.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't care.
I don't think Mercedes would do that because he hates Lewis Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think they would do that to Lewis. I think it's a good relationship between the two. By the way, Pitwall Nasty does say Lewis to Ferrari's done. Brundle stated it. There were reports out that Mercedes had a meeting stating Lewis is in fact leaving
Wow.
in 2025. So,
All right. Well,
for his legacy, he goes, wins in Ferrari, brings a title back to Ferrari. That's a big deal
That's
if
huge.
Lewis could do that.
So then where does Carlos go now? That's what I was asking you too.
I think it
I like
depends.
Carlos.
Yeah, I think Carlos is great, but I
Yep.
think a lot of depends on his performance this year. He's got to challenge Charles a little bit more, and it seems like from Carlos always gets better throughout the year. But
Yeah.
the last 5 races, I find that he's almost on a level playing field with Leclerc. That might be Leclerc's poopy pants because how poorly the season's gone up to that point. But I mean, you're getting a good driver, but I just don't think he has the same talent, or I don't think he's fast. As
Yeah.
Charles.
I like this. It was news that came out, I think, earlier this week, maybe even last week, how in Vegas, it was such a disruptive race that like all the hotels were getting mad. And one of the hotel, I don't know if it was one of the executives from one of the hotels or the Cirque du Soleil show, something like that, was like recommending changes to next year's F1 race. And he's like, due to the race, we lost $500,000 a day in revenue. We recommend that the race does continue, but it starts at 3 p.m. instead of 10 p.m. And that this, and this change. And he had it like backed by a bunch of the other business leaders in down the strip in Vegas. And then F1's like, the race will be exactly like it was last year.
And you guys can all go cry yourselves to
Yes.
sleep on your huge piles of money.
Yes, that's exactly what it was, G.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But they overpriced that thing at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
right? No tickets were purchased, and then they had to drop them, and then it was
There's like a bunch of Nevada executives. There's like a committee of 11 that accepted tickets that were like 10 grand each or something like that. And it was like 9 out of the 11 accepted them, 2 didn't. And they're saying that it was for educational purposes. And they're showing shots of like the suites that their tickets were in. It looked
You're saying
like
there's corruption?
what a surprise,
No
right?
way.
Oh my goodness, politicians
never happens.
corrupt. And you're looking at like the seats that they got. There's like it's swanky. It looks like the VIP lounge of the Wynn. And you're like, yeah, they were super educational purposes for sure.
Drive to Survive. Check it out.
I'm-
Give
I'm
season
on
1 a
it.
try on Netflix.
Of course I will.
Just give
Well,
that
the-
and
are
see if
you
that pulls you in.
Are you an actual NASCAR fan?
No.
Oh,
No.
but there's a new NASCAR series, like
What?
a Netflix series of
Well,
NASCAR.
That's how you get it. That's how you get into stuff. though.
Yeah.
Like that's because it's not the round and round that keeps everybody interested. Although yes, you want to see who wins and loses. It's the drama behind the scenes and the who's who and the characters. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. Sports is the best and only reality television out there. And if you're watching anything else, you're fooling yourself.
Big Brother's pretty good.
Oh,
It's not as
Come
good as
on.
sports, but Big Brother's fantastic. Love Big Brother.
Okay, but it's not real.
And of course it's real.
It's not at
They're
all.
real people that are in a house, and there's a competition going on.
And
Does production push things?
Oh,
yes.
Of course they
Of course.
do. In the diary room, are they being told? Absolutely. But in the end, they still have to evict someone. They still have to put them up for nomination. There's still a veto competition.
and all
That's
that
not
stuff
rigged.
is determined by what's going to make the best ratings.
Well, no, because you still they'll make like contests or challenges or whatever you want to call them. They'll build them in certain ways that help others over the other one, but you still have to go win it. It's
you-
not fully skewed. It's not WWE.
Do you want me?
It's not scripted.
Do you want me to sit here and tell me this is for educational purposes? You're telling me that Big Brother is real.
Yes, 100%. I've known multiple people that played Big Brother Canada. Like, it's real. They don't get like a script and be like, we got to do this and that and that.
Okay, but okay. So as they're going through their real life on this TV show, who determines what gets chopped out and what gets used? And this is the storyline we're showing.
Okay,
the public.
that's fair. But Big Brother, I could buy 24/7 feed and I could watch the feed at all times. And if you if you follow the diehard Big Brother people, and I did this for 2 summers, there is a very different, the narrative they show you on TV, much different than when you have the live feeds. Live feeds, you see it all.
How much is a live feed?
That back then it was like $100 or something for the summer, something like that.
When I was in
It was
Europe,
great, Jerry. It was great.
the German one was a year. a full year. Like, and they were like, they built like a compound where one was like the slums, and then the other one was like a posh building. So depending on what happened, you got evicted or
Fantastic.
whatever. You'd go to and live on like a blanket on a hard floor and stuff. It was very intense.
That's entertainment.
Yeah.
But it's not real.
It's 100% real. When Big Brother Canada starts, I will text you to start watching with me. We'll watch,
Oh, I'm going to be too busy watching Drive to Survive.
Yeah, start with Drive to Survive.
I will.
Yeah.
Big Brother, it's not
Okay.
fake.
It is fake.
It is not.
It's fake.
How many seasons have you watched?
None.
Exactly.
It's
So you can't
fake.
tell me anything about that.
Okay.
I've watched it since 2000. The
know.
year
Oh my
2000.
God.
I watched every season of Big Brother. Yes.
Okay.
I was 9.
Okay, but imagine if you did something with all those hours that was even remotely productive, where you'd be 24 years later.
Well, then I won't be at Edmonton Sports Talk. I'd probably be doing something else.
Well, you'd probably be.
And this is like a wonderful. I love Edmonton Sports Talk. Should I want to be somewhere not Edmonton Sports Talk?
Well,
You've been working on your golf swing.
Yeah. Maybe you're at the Live Tour right now.
The Live Tour is in Vegas next week when we're in Vegas.
I know.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We have the Thursday afternoon off. I kind of want to be like, let's go to Live, see what it's like.
music playing, shorts. Yeah.
I don't like the music playing.
No?
Not gonna lie. Not like I love golfing with music personally.
Yeah.
I don't like watching a golf competition where there's music blaring. It just doesn't. It doesn't feel professional. Maybe because I'm just so used to the PGA broadcast and everything else. Maybe it's just gonna take time for me to get used to it. But
is that the one where they built the big stadium around whatever hole that is? And who are those?
No,
guys?
that's
Waste
PGA.
Management.
You're thinking about Waste Management in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So that's next weekend in Phoenix. That's the big. It's
Yeah.
the party
Not Vegas,
of
okay.
what Live Golf is trying to do is make all their events
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's only the one event. Well, in the PJ, that's the only event in the PJ. The Ryder Cup can be similar.
right. So they're
That's about
trying.
it.
They're trying to make the real life version of Happy Gilmore.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And apparently, like the Waste Management Open, I haven't been, but so many friends have gone. Like it is just a shit show.
Yeah. No
And-
one ever says anything bad about
Yeah.
the thing.
Like
I mean, you know what you're signing up for,
totally.
right? And it sounds like they deliver. I'm all for it.
And people, young and old, love it. They just love it.
And apparently there's just like for some golfers hate it. They hate going to golf that tournament because there's just this constant buzz around the whole course.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're at 16 or not, there's just this buzz that happens and some golfers can't stand it.
Yeah.
Other golfers just love
Yeah.
it and they embrace it because it's so different for them.
Go home, Shooter McGavin.
Exactly. Boo hoo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and then
guys
on
were
16
bitching yesterday about length of time on a golf course. It was making me angry.
Why?
actually.
You like being out there?
You like being there for 5 hours, 5.5 hours?
What else do you have to do? What are you in
19th
a
hole,
rush
Gage.
to?
It's not the rush. It's
I don't get it.
The weight.
I want a consistently swinging my club. I don't want to go to a tee box and see a group ahead of me, a group that's on the tee box, then another group, and then me, and knowing I have to sit there and I'm not doing anything. I'm now paying for that 5.5 hour round to sit around for most of it.
Oh my god!
And then you get cold. It's
Stop it.
100% you do.
It's 25 degrees out. You're getting cold. Oh my god!
body get cold. Not cold,
drives me-
cold.
It drives me
And
crazy.
all he's
Like
thinking
guys that are mad because they're on a golf course for too long. It just anyone that like go hurry up. Jesus, if you have something else to do, be better with time management.
It's not that a 4.5 hour round is proper. And you could go where you go up to the tee box, you wait like a couple minutes, then you could tee off, you could do your hole, you go to the next hole.
It's
And you're not
ridiculous.
missing all the Big Brother lives.
You could
put it on your phone.
You could put it on your phone. It's on.
Gee, come on, man! You, can
can
Bluetooth
absolutely
it
put it on your phone.
to the video screen on the cart now.
Do
You don't know.
You like to
I'll
walk?
teach
though,
you all
don't
your
you?
Big Brother if you need
I don't
to.
wanna know.
Do you like to walk a course?
I do, but I usually golf people that don't, so I end up karting, or I go to courses where they force you to kart.
Yeah, I would walk in those cases because usually that spreads it all out. But I never understood the
You've never
the
golfed in
desire.
a bad round,
No.
a slow round. You've never golfed.
Oh,
it
I've
down.
golfed in real slow rounds. Of course I have. I'm 50 years old. But I was always enjoying it. I'm like, look where I am. This is great. I could stay out here forever. The only time that maybe I could see that you're a little bit miffed if it's cold and the weather's not great. But if it's a nice day and you have nourishing food and tasty refreshments. I
White
just don't.
Claws?
White Claws.
Like great
I
on
don't.
the golf course.
I don't see the need to get off the golf course because then I'm going
Because I
to the
go to the
clubhouse.
19th hole. I could go sit on the 19th hole.
Yeah, but I'd rather be drinking on the golf course than on the 19th hole.
Yeah,
Okay, here's the question.
Well, yes.
As a goalie,
Oh.
did you like periods where you got only like one shot here and then had to wait multiple minutes to get another shot? Or did you like to have a constant flow of the game?
Those are two separate
No.
things. Yeah.
It's the same as golfing. I like having the consistent shot. Like every couple of minutes, I'm swinging my club, as opposed to, oh, I teed off. Now I'm going to drive up to my golf ball. I'm going to have to wait 7 minutes because the people have to still hit their next shot to then go on the green, and there's people on the green, and now I got to wait, and then, okay, now it's my turn. I get a hit, but I got to wait. Tommy knows what I'm talking
It
about.
just seems like you're miserable on the golf
Well-
course. I want to hit the ball as quick as I can, get to the next one, finish. It's just ridiculous.
It doesn't have to be speed golf, but Maddie's alluding to like a good pace.
Yes.
Just good flow, good flow. I
Flow's
like and
the right
appreciate a good flow. Like you're not there's time for a little chatter here and there. Make fun of your buddies. Stop and flirt with the beer cart girl. Go hit your shot. Hopefully minimal mistakes. Hopefully minimal looking for everybody else's ball or your own. Like a good flow. And then you get the
the right
19th hole and it's a beautiful day. But like where you're just like
I didn't pay to sit in a
so
golf
annoyed
cart.
because it's
Then
backed
don't
up by
walk.
two groups in front of you. You're
I
like,
didn't pay
oh
to sit
my
on a
God.
bench.
sounds to me like somebody's got to work on the mental side of his game.
Oh,
Is that what's
100%.
throwing you off? You're like,
Easy.
no,
Okay.
no, I need this now. It's
ridiculous.
Murray McCourt was one of those saying it yesterday too, and that guy's a really good golfer. He doesn't
He's
need
a
to work
pro.
on his mental game. Just throwing that out there. He's on my side with that one, and Tommy's side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're-
he
we're-
was
Scott
whining
Laurie,
too.
Redbeard,
Yes.
Gager's 100% right. But then Lars says 5 hours is too long. Joe Balaneski, I once golfed in a tournament that took 8 hours. 8 hours is too long. Andrew,
That's a
so agree with
tournament,
Matt.
though. That's a tournament. That's completely different.
But tournament as in like you get the banquet after, you get there a little bit early, you get the snack and the door prize, whatever. Like that is generally an 8-hour day. But if you're literally on the course for 8 hours playing the round, that's way too long.
And tournaments should go longer than a normal round because you're stopping at the holes, whatever's
Yeah,
going on. And
that's
so
different.
it should be like, I would like an average golf round to go 4.5 hours. I understand a tournament's going to be closer to 5, and I'm good with that. Don't be giving me 6-7 hours, though, on the course.
Jesus, I don't want to be in paradise for more than 4.5 hours. Trust me, that's awful.
But I'm not in paradise. I'm not golfing.
You're
I'm sitting there,
You're in it
not
for the
doing anything.
You're in it for the result, not the experience.
Yeah.
That's where the disconnect in this argument.
But it is the experience because it like I just want a nice. I enjoy the golfing. I enjoy being out there. But if I'm going to just want to sit outside, I'll go sit on the patio, grab a beer, and I'm outside. It's wonderful.
Or you could be sitting in nature, birds chirping.
We'll go fishing.
Jesus. It's just it
Go hiking.
it's so
Go
puzzling.
camping.
It's so puzzling that something that you mentioned as soon as you're injured. Yeah, my golf. I can't golf. Like it was your biggest concern after, and the fact that you only want to be out there for a finite amount of time.
It's not that. It's not a finite. I'm willing to go another 9 holes after that. I'm willing to be on a golf course for 12 hours for a day. I just want to be golfing.
Oh my God! You're
want more-
contradicting yourself.
No.
I want to golf 36 holes, but I want to do it in an hour and a half.
I want the flow. I want a proper flow for it.
okay.
Going up to a tee box and there's 2 groups still ahead of me, it takes away the flow.
You make no sense.
The majority of golfers are going to be on Tommy and I's side on this, not on yours.
I'm with Maddie, like a good flow, good pace. And then you can enjoy
matters.
the nature and being outdoors and a tasty libation on the patio afterwards.
I don't feel like you golf
Tommy,
enough.
you're talking to the beer cart girl for at least 15 minutes.
I'm
every
very-
time. There's-
no, I'm not that guy.
If you add up all the
He is
beer
fishing
cart
on the golf
girl
course.
talk time, it adds up to 6.5 hours with you golfing. So stop it.
I'm very nice, and polite in and out.
I know my
you.
niece is a beer cart girl, and now
Yeah, and now I'm
now
getting
my
old,
daughter
so I
was
can't do
talking
that as
about
much.
it, and so now I don't know, maybe I gotta get in the cart with her. Jesus, guys are creepy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've dialed it back just for the record.
Nick from Beaumont says Gage either doesn't play enough or you're not good at golf. So
I was great at golf. Well, not great, but when I didn't have kids and I was doing the full hockey lifestyle, I was golfing every day. I think I got, I was probably about a 10 handicap or whatever like that. So And yeah, it's fine. But
Straight up.
I think because I golfed so much that now I have a way better appreciation for a guy that doesn't have enough time to golf, where I would rather be out there for an extended period of time and enjoy myself. I don't want to be rushed by Matt hitting into me when he's, at every par 3 and I see a ball sailing over my head. It's
Maybe that's
That's not going to happen. It's going in the water. I'm saying right now. It's not going. It's going in the water. Don't worry about that.
maybe that's it. Maybe you have all the time in the world for golf, and you.
I do
You
have
don't-
time
you
because
don't.
I've done full days of golf. It's just Tommy had the right word. They flow to it. I want to go up to a tee box, wait only a couple minutes, because that I'm cool with. But I don't want to be waiting 20 minutes at a tee box before I hit my next ball. That's not enjoyable.
So you like to golf in the morning then? Is that
First tee time of day is my favorite tee.
yeah?
time.
Because
Straight up.
then there's no one on the course. So
Straight up. It's also just, I don't know, there's something in the air. It's beautiful. I will go anywhere at any time almost, but it's just, I don't want to be sitting on a golf course for 5 hours, 5.5 hours, because that means I'm not golfing that whole time. Like that extra time is just sitting and waiting. If I could do it in 4 hours or 5 hours, the same amount of holes, well, what's the difference? It's just more waiting and sitting in a golf cart and watching other people go. I want to be playing.
it's
So when you're on, you're on. You can't switch off and be like, okay, it's relaxing time now. You want to go 19th hole, then you can switch off.
It's not go, even though like the 4.5 hour round is still not go. I don't know. We'll go golfing in 2 summers,
okay.
and we'll see how this goes between
Yeah,
us.
we're walking too.
I'll gladly walk. I need to buy a good cart, walking cart.
Get
I
the
wanna
one
get
that
my
follows you.
Oh, I want to.
That's not. You carry your bag. What do you have rollies on your hockey bag too? Like, come on.
No,
Let's cowboy up here with the.
Why do I?
with
Well, then I need to get a different bag for that.
Get a good carry bag.
Exactly. You need the carry bag. I have a cart bag. I don't have a carry bag.
Jesus.
I will come be your caddy just so I can
God.
see this.
Why don't you play? You're not into golf?
I'm no good. I don't like any sport where you can't hit something as hard as possible, and that's like the worst thing you can do, right? Like I'm not a finesse human being.
But you can hit it as hard as possible.
No,
you go to like
that's-
you go to like the first, like with your driver, you step up, you want to hit that as hard as possible.
No, that does not work out well.
No, not for you.
He's got a power fade.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
oh,
assuming.
no, it's
So then just go to the driving range. You're good there.
yeah, no, I love the driving range.
You would love Top Golf.
You would love Top Golf.
Would love Top
Top
Golf.
Golf's great.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what? I wouldn't even need a certain flow to it. I would just
Well, that one you don't. Top Golf you don't.
See, okay, but no, how come you can't carry that attitude and energy?
Because
onto
they're
a
very
golf
different.
course?
They're apples and oranges. Top Golf is a very social thing. It's like a date night thing, even.
So, but golf is business. Golf course.
It's not business. It's I'm there to golf. I'm there to hang out with my buddies and golf, and I want to golf. I just want to hit the golf ball. Why should I be okay with wanting to sit for an extra hour and a half in my cart doing nothing or just
Because
talking?
you're with possibly friends, you're
Yes.
laughing,
And we
You're-
could do
you're-
that after on the 19th hole. I could spend more time there where we can be more relaxed, watch a TV, sport, and have a better conversation as opposed to thinking about.
Matt, do you enjoy golf?
Yes, I do. I enjoy it and hate golf, and any golfer will tell you
Yeah,
that.
that's-
It
yeah.
sucks.
He gets
It's
very
the worst.
angry on
Oh
the
my
course.
gosh.
Yeah.
Well played, G.
Also, the freezer bag saying this banter has me so close to going over the low tide. Tell him we say hi.
Oh man, that's like the responses have been pretty funny in the text line. But anyway, yeah, that was fun.
I just had to get that off my chest.
Not best round I've ever enjoyed, but I actually got a kick. Down in Phoenix, 2.5 hours. I was done.
Wow.
It was awesome. And we sat on the patio for like 3 hours. It was good. It was good.
So you're looking for more patio time.
But it just worked out that way.
Okay.
You know what? I enjoy the majesticness of being out there on a beautiful day with friends, enjoying libations, swinging a wrench a little bit. But I do like pace and flow. So anyway,
I have not come across many golfers that say, I want to be on the course longer.
Well,
For 18 holes.
now you have.
Yeah, I guess. It's weird.
I am still reeling from when Matt tried to tell me wrestling was fake earlier. You know what?
Hey, you're trying to take away Big Brother from me.
No, you tell me that when all your Big Brother heroes start dying off in their 40s. How real Big Brother is and how fake wrestling is.
Jerry, I tried to watch the Undertaker versus, was it AJ whatever match, the cemetery match? That was awful.
It was awful.
I lasted like 7 minutes.
That was wasn't that the one where they like pre-filmed and then showed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not the way to go.
And he's like, "Hey, Undertaker, where are you, big boy?" And he rolls in on the motorcycle. "You want more, son? You want more?" I'm like, "Oh no, this is bad idea."
Yeah.
Good on the Undertaker. Seems like a legit good dude. I've seen him on some shows. They have that one show that WWE does where the guy he's like an up and coming or wannabe wrestler, but at the same time, he's like a history nerd, and he goes and he tries to get artifacts. So he went to Kane. Got tried to find the original mask. Amazing. They had to get it vetted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of neat. And he gives them, he's like, this is worth 10 grand. He's like, I'll give you 10 grand. And money goes to charity.
Nice.
So he went to Undertaker, and Undertaker and his wife were talking about like he wore a mask briefly because he busted up his orbital bone or both of them or something like that. Almost lost his vision. And he's like, I found the mask in my attic. And he's like, this has been appraised at about, $4 grand. And Undertaker's like, you make it 10 and then we can give, that much more to charity. And they do it, right?
That's cool.
I thought that was neat, but you get the stories behind all of that.
The behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
And then,
Okay, Matt, question for you.
I've been called out today. I'm waiting for when Tommy calls me out later, too.
No, I'm enjoying this.
What is the Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant moment of Big Brother?
Well, I was a wrestling fan too.
Okay, so
take that away from me.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just
big Well, Dan's funeral was a big deal. It's hard to compare the two. Dan's funeral, he was getting he's probably one of the top 5 Big Brother players of all time.
Who the hell's Dan?
Dan Giesling. He was gonna Big Brother 14 or something like that.
Jesus.
He was gonna be evicted. He was in isolation for 24 hours. Came up with this big plan. Had his own funeral. Somehow saved himself. Got to the final against Ian. Lost to Ian. He didn't deserve to lose to Ian. Bitter jury. It was awful. It was terrible. But that was a big moment. Dan's funeral.
Okay, 8-year-old me would not have been losing his mind like he did when that giant went up and down.
Yeah, and young Iwanyk was a lot more excited when Stone Cold was putting cement in Vince McMahon's limo and car and all that.
Yes.
As opposed to Dan's funeral. But I could like multiple things.
That's why he has to get off the golf course. Go watch Big Brother.
Again, we clarified. I could watch it on my phone. I'm good.
No, you're not. Or you would be doing that. You would be doing that and not worrying about, there's 2 groups in front of us.
You want to? I will just say this. Paris Jewelers inbox 780-2899-99. More people are on my side than on your guys' side with that stuff.
That's fair.
Maddie is 100% right. Golfing 18 holes in 4 hours is the same as golf is 3 hours. Why waste the time?
Hank texted in and said, I agree with Gager on this one, boys. Lay on the tee box and enjoy the sun, boys. I lay on, when it is slow, I will lay on the tee box and just sit there and wait. I have no qualms just laying down and sitting there.
Yeah, just enjoy yourselves, Maybe it's a vintage thing with me, but there's little parts of your life that are quite enjoyable, Maddie, and you're missing. You're letting them pass you by. Stop and sniff the bent grass, at times.
I think we should all go as a foursome and we can just watch you lose your mind.
He does. He gets fired up.
I do get angry.
He swears like a trucker.
That's entertainment.
I'm not happy. Yeah.
It'll be the best round of my life.
We went 2 summers ago. I can't remember. I think we played Quarry and you were just losing it.
Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be so. I'm golfing with you for sure.
Not this summer.
Yeah, next summer.
Next summer.
Yeah.
Next summer. Even this year, I'll be low on clubs when I do start golfing. Then mentally, I'll be good. I'll be clear. I won't care.
We should be recording your rehab to get back into golf shape. That's a show.
80s montage. What song would it be, though?
I'm not elastic bands
I think we got to go Rocky, Eye of the Tiger. We do.
It's actually great talking to Crusher, though, about this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because, he's so fired up to anyone gets hurt. And he's he just wants to, I love rehabbing people. And he's just so Matt, focus on your lower, cardio. When you could start putting, just putt every day. Like he was all in it, and it was great advice.
Yeah. He goes, "You're going to be such a good putter."
Crusher said that.
Oh yeah, like he finds the positive of this. Like I can't swing the clubs about the moment you can get a putter in your hand, it's like, you putt every day, and you just putt, and you be the best putter. And it was like, okay, thanks, Crusher. Like
That's
it's
just-
awesome.
He's
That's
a good
just
man.
Advice for life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be a good putter.
Well, no. Just
Oh,
if
okay.
you can't drive for the show, and then you just work on your.
Putt for the dough, baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Crusher is super positive. He's a great human being. Great human being. I
Like
love
he wants to rehab Shohei Ohtani.
him. He
Like
does.
he sees that and he goes,
wants
that
those
would be
stacks.
so much fun to get him back to pitching and stuff. And that's
Is it Tommy John that he has? Is
I
that-
believe so. I believe so. So like this year, it's expected he'll hit only.
for
And then
$2
he won't
million a
be-
year. That's not bad, isn't it?
Yes, $2 million.
Isn't it? Oh, what's his contract this year? Isn't it?
It is like it's
something
all
like that.
deferred money, isn't it?
so-
But that's going to courts now or something.
Is it? I don't
Because
know how
taxes-
they let that. Yeah.
California State, I think there's something, I'm going to be wrong with some of the details on this, but because it's deferred, he could be living somewhere else and getting that money, and California then can't tax it or something like that when the deferred money comes. So like he'll bolt out California once the contract's done, start making the real money in a different tax zone. And California say, hold on a second, that's a lot of money we're missing out on.
Yeah.
And they're looking at, is there a way that they could try to claw some of that back? At the very least, also put in some rules so that can never happen again.
Was California
Shocking.
the first state to implement the like entertainment tax with athletes coming into their state?
What's the entertainment tax?
If I'm pretty sure, because I think it was on one of my Oilers checks that there was California tax taken off because you're actually in their state
For where you're making money for that.
making money.
day.
Yeah, and I was like, I tried to fight it because I didn't entertain anybody with what I did. But no, that's all the athletes coming in. They get taxed a certain amount because essentially they are making money in their state. I think.
Wow.
I got to. And a lot of other states have done that too. I think New York does it as well.
Interesting.
I have to make sure. I don't know. Maybe I'm full of it.
But then you get players talking about like Nevada, no state tax. I
Yeah.
think Arizona's that way.
Florida has no state
has that. Texas, I believe. There's a bunch where it's like, and I remember Mac T when they in like 2013, 2014, he was talking about when they pitch players, they would say in Alberta, you keep more of your money.
It's 48% in
Yeah.
Alberta compared to BC's 52.
Yeah.
Ontario's 52. So yeah, there is that slight kind of caveat when coming to the Oilers is you will be paying a little bit less tax.
And then just overall,
where the Florida
there's no PST, HST, all
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff, so that you're paying just the GST. So tax-wise, in the province, there's less.
So it
yeah,
got
so
brought up.
48% is the highest tax bracket that those guys will pay at, right?
And then guys bitch and complain about going to Montreal to play.
Oh.
They'd say they get gouged
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
Well, enjoying the nightlife maybe a little too much too.
it's hard not to. What a town. That Montreal.
Is that top 5 cities you'd go to?
Yeah, I think so. Like favorite road cities, Chicago, Montreal, New York, Nashville. What else?
Well, like you weren't with the team for Vegas, were
I
you?
was.
You were,
Yeah, I got the first one in. It was amazing, but it's still like Vegas. Like if you're from around here, like most people, Vegas already, so you're like, oh, they have hockey. That just makes it even better. But I don't know what my 5th one would be. What did you like going?
Chicago, New York,
Yeah,
Montreal. Toronto was fun too. It was
I
kind of
didn't care for Toronto.
There's a lot, and then I liked San Jose mostly because a lot of my dad's side of the family was down there too. So, and you could always get a really good Mexican meal there.
Yes, Dallas was a good one for me.
Yeah. Dallas was. I didn't have a lot of time. They were always in and out, and didn't really. The one playoffs, I guess, I hung out at the mall a lot, but
Did you guys stay at Crescent Court back then?
I think so.
The one up on the hill looks like an old castle, but it was
No,
actually
no,
really
we
new.
didn't- no,
oh
we didn't
man,
stay
it's
there.
super nice.
No.
They have a Moxie's there, and it's the place to be. People are like, are you going to Moxie's? I'm like, Moxie's? You guys have Moxie's here? And they're like, yeah, it's awesome. And I was like, well, back home, it's like just a nice restaurant. They're like, restaurant? Where's this from? I'm like, Canada? And they're like, go check it out. So we walk across the parking lot from the hotel to Moxie's. Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers, NHL guys, basketball players. Every girl in there is like done up to the nines. And I'm just like, where the hell am I? And Dean Lowry from Local was there, and he was on like a educational trip for the restaurant business, educational purposes. Yeah. And he's like, he comes up to me, he's like, what's up? I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, we're here to check out because we're looking to maybe expand to Dallas. And he goes, someone told me to come to Moxie's. I'm like, yeah, me too. He's like, can you believe this? I'm like, it's crazy. It was unbelievable.
Should have brought some T-shirts back.
Yeah. Would have people be like, Moxie's Dallas? They're like, believe me.
You're just a man ahead of your time, Tommy.
Oh, God.
Brant says in the nasty chat, you're right, Gager. He says, I saw a video of WWE that even though the company's out of Connecticut, the people are paid based on where the event is. So you pay the state tax for each event.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that was tough because, well,
they took a little more from you.
It's a little bit more off the top. So
you just hate California?
No, it was okay. It was kind of cool to see that I was an entertainer in California for a brief moment of my life.
That'd be right at the top of my resume.
Yeah,
the
no,
rest of my life.
Like that's the big thing.
Professional entertainer in Hollywood.
You know what? A lot of people refer to that as my whole hockey career. As I was more of an entertainer than. I mean, I invoked emotion when I played.
Yeah.
So you know that's
what
part
more
of it.
Can you ask for?
Yeah, I mean, I saw a guy in the nasty chat. Yeah, kind of cut a little deep. What did he say? He goes. Dusty said, I think he referred to me as a great goalie. and so the guy wrote back, Gager, great guy, maybe. But when him and Fred Brathwaite, what did he say? I'm paraphrasing here, but he said, when him and Fred Brathwaite I'm still scared of the time when Fred Brathwaite and him were goalies for the Edmonton Oilers. So, and that's lasted over a couple decades, I guess. So that was tough. But he did mention I'm a great guy.
Maybe, though. Why did he add the maybe?
I don't know what he made us phrase.
That's like
I was sucking my thumb in the fetal position after I read it. So
no, that's fair. Well, you were on a professional hockey team, wherever that guy was. He was not a professional.
Correct.
Discourse.
No. And I invoked an emotion, right? So I'm memorable, at least.
That's all we can ask for in the end, isn't it?
I think so. I think it's probably not what I was going for at the time, but it worked out.
Just quickly, some news from the NFL. Dan Quinn going to be the head coach of the Washington Commanders. That's just coming down. You could join Edmonton Sports Talk for the Super Bowl, which will be February 11th. It will not feature the Commanders. 49ers and the Chiefs will be at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. You'll have a chance to win EST merch, a spot on the Hangout, and much more. Plus, our 6 o'clocker lager is going to be available for the big game only Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge on Fort Road. We'll be there the entire time. It's going to be a fun time. And we're staying later with hotel rooms. And there's a couple of listeners that have hotel rooms booked. So it's probably going to go a lot longer than the Super Bowl. So Monday's going to be an interesting one. I think Dusty's going to regret not doing the EST stat day and taking the morning off.
I like how you floated that out there. And he's like, no, we'll do the shows. I'm like, this is going to get pretty sloppy. Please feel free to come down, boys.
Can't you pre-tape?
Yeah,
you
like
could.
an Undertaker match.
No, it'd be pretty hard to
completely
pre-tape
off base,
after a Super Bowl game.
The Undertaker match.
You could do a show after and be like, that team won. What a game.
No.
We can at least do the red
You're
thing.
onto something. I would watch your predictions. Yes.
Yeah, and just dump it in. Kansas City Chiefs. We're great tonight.
We'll do 2 versions of it.
This
The
is
Chiefs
great.
defeated the 49ers. What an incredible game. Oh my. Did you see that play in that fourth quarter?
Just dubbed over in some voice completely not yours.
What an exciting game
AI
of
voice.
31 to
Denver
24.
Broncos.
You guys are onto something. And
Great
for the
idea.
entertainment value alone, I would watch that pre-Super Bowl post-game show. Absolutely.
That would be
Oh my
that would
God.
be hilarious.
I want the DVD extras features of the behind the scenes of filming it because
Can you imagine that they showed Taylor Swift on the broadcast? Oh, wow. What she got there. No kidding. Usher. Wow, he performed that song so well.
His new album dropped.
Oh God, that's great.
I love that.
That would be
Eric's
great.
Sports Center update. Oh, the Super Bowl took place last night. That team in red sure got past the other team in red. You know which one I'm talking
beautiful,
about.
wonderful.
No, we see Eric and I. This was after we did a watch party at Century Casino earlier, and we were like, "Well, now we got to go to work tomorrow. Like up in for 5. Like, what are we doing here? Like." And we thought, like, we do our own thing. Let's do EST stat days. We'll just create our own days off. And we're trying to push it for Super Bowl being the first one. We're like, we don't come until like 9 o'clock. Let's really get a little sleep. And then we come in 9 and we just do the show, the Hangout, and we just recap the Super
completely
Bowl.
different format,
But Dusty didn't like that at all.
Some of us call that 10 o'clock. Just,
You're right. I'll
easier.
go
It's
with
happened.
No,
It's happened. I don't know where.
For the sake of the show, it's noon.
yes,
There you go.
This is it.
We got a text that came in, and you were talking about that text that or the nasty chat that cut a little deep.
Yeah.
Pat in the county says, "I think the guy that texted was Doug Waite.
Oh, and it wouldn't have been Doug. No, he loved me. He loved me.
He's a good man."
It was just nothing but the reason why he did so well was the confidence I instilled in him during practice. So
That's it.
that's
Dougie, you're gonna get one tonight. Oh,
yeah,
that's a great shot, blocker.
yeah, that
Great
was
shot.
Do you not want to have Trev shoot shots on you now?
Trev's gonna shoot on me.
Well, do you want it like because of the hot take from today? I just like him like.
Well, years
Did that
ago,
fire you up where you're like, "Hey, Trev, let's go"?
yeah, he can try. I mean, it's Dusty years ago wanted to do a shootout and said, "Oh, well, if I had 10 shots, I'd score 1 on you." And I go, "Probably not." And there was this big thing, so we were going to kind of do this, but it never actually happened. And then I think we were talking about it one time, and Cass, he goes, "Cass, I could score on Gager once," and Cass was like, "No, probably not." But I was playing a lot at that time, so maybe the playing field has evened out. And I haven't been on the Blades in a while, but what are we talking about? Breakaways or just straight shots? I mean, if
How big
it's,
of a difference is that to you?
he'll never score on a shot.
I believe that.
You think you could maybe get one on a breakaway?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm old.
Well, and the sun does
is he-
shine on every dog's ass at least
Yeah.
once in a
Yeah.
while.
But if he was at, I would say, even I could be on the goal line, and if he's just above the hash marks, he won't score on me.
I like that confidence.
But it's just
It's probably truth too. Like, well, not probably, it's truth too.
He doesn't play enough to have a good enough shot to beat me.
Well,
Maybe-
there's a big difference between people that have played pro and then just like that next level
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff. Like
It's true.
it's
if Cass was shooting on me, he'd probably rip one by me still, right? But
Strutty.
Strutty actually has a pretty good shot. That commercial I did for Kids Sport. Again, thanks for all the nice comments online saying how many takes did that take for me to make the glove save. But I hate giving Strutty props, but I go
That's
Strutty.
why I thought you were gonna just rip him here.
But I thought he was going to go low blocker because he was supposed to go glove, right? But he ripped it. First one right in my glove. And I was like, holy, and it made a sound. I'm like, Strutty, that was pretty good. He goes, I'm shooting every day. That was hilarious because that whole take, I was kind of messing around the whole time. And I made like, I was all mad saying, oh, whatever, it's back. And
Yeah.
it took probably another 3 minutes because I over exaggerated the it's back the first time. Strutty couldn't shoot for the next minute.
laughing?
It was fun. It was a good little shoot. That was fun.
Rams fan says Dusty was going to race LTE at Commonwealth. That still hasn't happened. And then
That's not a straight up race.
what kind of race was it? Like
No,
a
I'm
relay?
wondering. Like that can't be.
I think he
fire
got-
the gun. Like
I think he got a head start, didn't he?
So he's got to have a head start.
Was it like the world's fastest cow in Calgary? Like,
That guy's fast.
yeah, it's so fast.
incredible.
Like, yeah.
Like Eric's got to be
Eric's
catching
a
up
looper.
to Dusty.
Like
Well, that's
20,
the thing.
30
Like
yard advantage.
Yeah.
I would think there's got to be something there.
Yeah. Eric walks everywhere too. Like
There's just also just like
Yeah.
the size
But-
difference is it's going to be easier for Eric to
physics
get
of it,
moving.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
totally. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Rams fan also says, or can we get some Moddejonge Elks talk?
No, I haven't been paying attention, fellas. I have not been paying attention. It is.
But I like
Don't
how
worry, it
it's
doesn't look like
requested.
Chris Jones has been paying attention. I'm not happy with
There's
it.
beef there.
I'm not
There's
happy
beef
with
there.
it.
Wow.
I don't like the moves that they've made or lack of moves that they've made for
Yeah.
certain things.
O-line hasn't changed. They're satisfied with it, evidently.
Yeah,
And we'll see. Like free agents, the last year, I'll say this again. They said we're not doing anything. We're going to stay quiet. They bring in Eugene Lewis and they
I
made
know,
some moves. So
I
like,
know.
I want to see what free agency does
2
look
years ag-
like and judge it when it comes to O line. But
Yeah.
it does look like the O line is going to be brought back.
yeah,
next year.
2 years of trying to form a roster around high-paid receivers did not work out well. But here's the thing. I mean, yes, Chris Jones looks like he's fallen on his face, and he has the last couple of years. But given time, man, I mean, he's just going to get more and more closer to it. He's got a quarterback. I mean, I know everybody has their thoughts on that, but there's just not a lot out there, and he's at least getting things closer to what he wants, I guess. But he's got a lot of making up to do, and maybe a victim of his own success early on. Right, his first time around here was just lightning in a bottle, and everybody was talking. It's basically LeBron saying not one championship, 2 championships. I mean, that's what they were shaping up to be, and here we go. They're hoisting the cup down at Churchill Square, and 9 days later, he's
And they're
part of his
getting a
whole
white.
coaching staff across the straw curtain, and it's like this. So, yeah, he's got a lot of hate on him, heat on him. His "what for you done have me lately" stats are atrocious, but I don't know. I mean, they're not going to be as bad this year, I guarantee.
They are a better football team today than last year. I will say, even with NBC, they are better.
Yeah.
Think so?
I think that they will.
Yes. I'll just say yes.
Here you go.
I think with MBT, you have a better chance at winning football games than with Trey Ford. I do believe that from what we've seen so far in their career.
Yes.
But I think long-term height, ceiling, you have a better potential. Trey Ford will be a better quarterback than MBT if he progresses. And that's where my issues with Chris Jones is. I think he's focused too much on saving his job this year. And it's the plan. What's 25 going to look like and 26 going to look
Yeah.
like? And I don't like what I see for those years.
Cornelius is gone. McAdoo is gone.
Well, we think. At least as OC.
At least he's
They haven't
not
announced the
at least
coaching
he's
staff
not
yet.
play calling. And that right there, even if Bethel Thompson doesn't work out, you've got Ford. I mean, unless they I can't see why they would get rid of him.
Because Chris Jones doesn't trust him.
Yeah, but he's still better than nothing,
Yeah.
which is what they had previously.
And they went with that nothing over Trey Ford.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like they went with Taylor Cornelius. They then went
Yeah.
with Jared Daggy before even going like,
Of
hey, well, we
course.
have to go with Trey Ford.
Of
And
course.
I think that I don't think Chris Jones at all trusts Trey Ford. Whatever he says, I don't believe it. I just, based on actions,
Yep.
he doesn't see that guy as a starting quarterback now.
God, one of the best calls ever was Dusty with Cornelius. If you're wondering if Cornelius can throw with his left hand and the pause, he can't.
What is he doing?
Dusty is a magician behind the mic. Love that
God,
guy.
that was funny.
Yeah.
Gee, are you going to be down at Commonwealth? I know your beats now Oilers.
I'm going to
but
get down there as often as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to be away. It's,
Yeah.
I love the CFL. I don't
great
think it
league.
gets enough of its props. I know people out there love it too, or love to hate it, whatever, but pay attention to it. And it's a worthwhile investment.
Do you like hot dogs?
Who doesn't?
No,
like
you
hot
swing by then. I'm slinging them in the
Or
cheese.
Matt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sold.
he does. He makes them with love.
Yeah.
That's the secret ingredient.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
I
for
can
understanding.
doctor them up too.
Yeah.
A little bit of cheese, a little bit of chili.
See what I do when I create the care package for Dusty.
This is brilliant.
Is I take the colossals and then I'll go up to the front and get the nacho cheese, not just, and then I spread the nacho cheese on there. He
does.
a couple strips of bacon, wrap them, and then throw them there. So
Bacon on that, too.
yeah,
They were so
Okay,
good.
okay, don't tell me. Show me.
Yes.
yeah, I'm a hit with the crew in there, I guess, and even the security guard who I've greased him over because he was like, "What's this box? What do you want? What are you doing?" And I go, "There's something in there for you too. You grab it." And then so the next time he sees me coming, and he's like,
Made with love.
Mr. Gage, right this way.
So Matty swings by, big smile on his face. Eric's just obliterated. Eric's got sunglasses on.
Yeah.
With a 1 or 2 man entourage of people that he's met.
Yeah.
Which is great. So I get to meet new people, and then I feed him, and send him on his way.
Then he walks
all the majority of us home.
2.5 hours. He'll stop for a beer every hour or two.
Man, sounds like the perfect day on the golf course.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well played, Gary. Good job, Gary. Good job, Gary.
That's how good of a job you did, Gary.
Okay, that's funny. That reminds me of a story from way back down in Commonwealth. Kerry Joseph. I mean, blast from the
Now QB coach of the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
like, great for the guy.
Yeah.
And everybody loves him. But there was one year he was called back in, and he was backing up this youngster named Michael Riley. And boy, Riley, this was the moment Riley realized, if we're going to do anything, there are going to be times in a game where I have to put this entire offense on my back and leg it out myself. And he was killing himself, just like extra yards, anything he could do, because nothing else was working.
Right.
And I mean, boy, and we saw it briefly the last couple of years from Cornelius. It was just like, wow, that guy can run. Like, why don't they do that more? And so that's where my whole thing comes from, where I wonder what Cornelius could have done with Jarius Jackson calling plays and stuff. But anyways, back to the story. So there's 1 or 2 games in a row where Kerry Joseph was called in, either short yardage or something. And in those 2 games, there were 3 bobbled snaps. And I just went off on the guy afterwards in a column and just said, basically referred to him as a dinosaur, just hauling, like, this young kid's killing himself out there, and then this guy comes in and just throws a game away or whatever. It is very disparaging towards Kerry Joseph. And he came up to me in practice the next day after practice, and he holds his hand out to shake mine, and shakes his hand. I'm like, oh, what is this? This is going to be
not good.
great. And he starts off by saying, Gary, is it? And I'm like, oh, that cuts, but touche. Like, that's so good. And he's like, I just want to thank you for the added motivation. I'm like, all right, this guy's a pro. Like, but he wouldn't let it go afterwards. And he was like, every time he'd walk by, he's like, you're just waiting for me to call my retirement so you can bring out the champagne. I'm like, Kerry, I don't care one way or the other. It's like, so he was all about the haters and use that as fuel stuff.
Yeah.
It's too bad, but yeah.
Do you get many guys like that come up and?
No, it takes guts, right? Like go get them. Like, give it to me. Like, hey, like, first of all, it's like, prove me wrong. I don't need to be a guy who needs to be right all the time. But like, and if you need that as motivation, just whatever fires you up, good on you. But he didn't last long. This was obviously at the tail end of a very venerable career that guy had up here. But yeah, Gary. So that's I get that down on Commonwealth Stadium.
Sorry, G.
No, it's good. I like
funny.
it.
He's motivated now.
Yeah.
Good. I want to fire you up even more.
So Gerry Moddejonge, Joaquin Gage, Tom Gazzola, Matt Iwanyk with you here on the EST Hangout, presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. Here for the wave makers. There's always someone looking to ride the next wave. They're here for the ones who want to make their own White Claw. The difference is clear. Cozy did text into the Paris Jewelers inbox, Gage, just quickly on. He played in an Alzheimer's tournament with you years ago. He played half a game with them. Played the puck in the corner and gave it away. The guy thought he had a free goal. You came out of nowhere and just blockered it into the corner. Didn't even look like you were trying. It was crazy from Cozy.
Yeah, it is. I again, it's all about entertainment, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you get taxed on it?
Well, the next day, because I probably blew my groins. But no, I'm like Maximus Meridius Maximus or whatever.
Yes.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah. So
Never seen that movie personally.
What? Yeah. Too busy watching.
Great movie.
Brother.
That's right.
Well, if you get off the golf course, you're on the golf course too long.
You want to know something? Yeah. Let's speed up that round a little bit. I get home, watch a movie.
Right.
Although I do need to watch the next movie I need to watch is Oppenheimer. That's when I still
I'd
have
like
it.
to see
I haven't
that.
seen it.
That's Friday for me.
Is it worth it, Gager?
I like the whole. It's kind of two parts, the movie, right? And if you kind of research the whole life of Oppenheimer, was like they didn't even know if this was going to like blow up the world, right? Like so the race against Germany is really cool, and but then it goes to becomes the pariah, like he so it was the rise and the fall. So I mean it's long, but I don't mind being in a place for a long time enjoying myself. So a 3-hour movie for me is just fine.
But you're not watching this 3-hour movie with pauses every 5 minutes where you don't get to keep watching the movie and it just sits there on pause for 10 minutes and then you restart it and you keep watching the next 10 minutes and then you pause it and you wait and it's not the same with that.
Fair
Also,
point.
Christopher Nolan is amazing.
You've got 4 more of these to go, and the morning is young.
Yeah, good point.
Those are the
Let's go.
show me White Claws. They're all the rest are in the fridge.
I can go get you one.
Those
I
are
made Jerry
fair.
another
He
coffee.
did.
So.
It's
Well-
delicious coffee.
Let me finish this.
This is
And
the
it's-
apology, the pre-apology coffee.
Yeah. I want
I'll
to
get
read this,
someone to send one in.
this text from Beef Nips. Can we have a dusty dog at Commonwealth next year? Sounds unreal, Gager. Yeah, you're going to have to get in line behind me,
Tailgating.
Iwanyk,
Yeah.
Eric, Jerry,
How great!
probably the entire TV crew,
an EST
and the security
dog.
guard.
and the security guard.
An EST. I'll talk to my people.
Yes.
Black cherry mango with grapefruit.
Black cherry. I love black cherry.
I'll get someone
It's
to bring
good.
me one.
Watermelon's also really good. Do we have watermelon?
That's part of the surf. I think there's a
Yeah, that
watermelon,
makes sense.
watermelon lime. I think it is.
They have
it's like
thought
a
of
combination and something
Yeah.
like that. So I'm trying to remember which one that one is.
How'd you like that as a
black
job?
cherry.
This is what you could have been doing professionally. You could have been inventing White Claw flavors. Hey, some
I'm good
guy
just
gets,
drinking them.
No, but some guy gets to do this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Self, what are we going to think of today?
Have you ever gotten like obliterated on those things?
Yeah.
How bad is the hangover?
Not bad. Because
Okay.
usually I go to these like after a couple of days of beer and I'm beered out.
Oh, okay.
Especially in the summer when it's hot, nice day, you're on a long golf excursion, evidently. You end up having 3 more beers than you should, and the next day is a little slow, but you feel like, hey, it's a beautiful day and want to fire it up. I usually go for like White Claws. So
It's a headache a little more
Little-
because of
little
the
sweet,
sugar and
just
stuff.
little
That-
sugar.
that's-
there's no sugar.
Yeah.
Come on.
well, I've had a lot. Does this one have
How's
no
it
sugar?
so delicious if there's no sugar? Let's see the.
whatever. Well, there's always that. Whatever there is in it.
Order
Yes,
up.
please.
There we go. Oh, thank you.
There's cane sugar.
Look at this
it's the
guy.
third
Is it?
ingredient. Carbonated water, alcohol,
that's
cane
cool.
sugar.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's not like a cooler or anything. Like coolers are terrible. Those
Yeah,
are-
no, those are way worse.
No,
Those
okay,
will
that's
kill
fair.
you.
One gram of sugar per can.
Yeah.
And that's a full size 355 ml can.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's chilly,
That's
too.
not bad.
Reasonable.
I might
right?
have to have one of those today.
Bring it on too, guys.
Why not?
I will.
It's the way to do it. And EST Hangout now presented by White Claw. Except the logo it's on the other side.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
can't drink like...
No, we just got to
You
flip
have-
the studio around here.
Yeah, I'll have to move those cameras so
full
that because the
display.
camera needs to be that way so that they could see the White Claw.
Or
You
just,
need a-
or just get a straw.
You know,
Just start drinking. Actually, we have straws. Should I go get a straw?
Umbrella right next to it.
I'll go get a straw.
If you have to ask, the answer is always yes, Matt.
Joel texts in and says, Maddie is high maintenance.
oh,
No,
gosh.
that's fair.
Face
There's-
palm, yeah.
There's nothing wrong
No,
with that.
that's fine.
That's good.
That's fine.
That's good.
It's well worth the price of admission, is it not?
I would say so. With the weather being how it is lately, I know we're going to get blasted with like another cold snap, obviously. But I'm already starting to get the itch for golf, starting to get the itch for football. Eric keeps talking. He's got it down to the day, to the hour that pitchers and catchers report.
Nice.
It's
Yes,
those
Grapefruit
juices.
League is around
Is it,
the corner.
Yeah, is it too soon to get excited?
No.
Because I'm like, oh, we're almost there. We're almost
The
there.
anticipation is almost as fun as the real thing. It's Christmas Eve all over again.
Thank
right?
you, G.
Yes.
I'm feeling good
What's
about
what's the point where you know that you're kind of you're on the back end of winter and all the next
I think,
things
I
are
think you can smell spring.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In my mind, yeah. It's like you walk outside and you're like,
yeah.
oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
For me in my house when the sun gets to a certain zenith that
Yeah.
hits
Nice.
my neighbor's windows and fires into my kitchen. Like it happened the other day. I was doing something and I go, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It felt like are the playoffs on?
Listen,
like
very
what's
serious.
You're
going
onto
on?
something. Like
yeah.
humanity created things like Stonehenge for those very
Yeah.
moments. It's like, oh, here it is. It's
Yeah.
hitting me right in the eyes.
Yes. Like even waking up with the sun coming up earlier, I'm like, all right, let's go. I get FOMO. Like,
Yeah.
I can't sleep late in the mornings when it's spring, summer.
It's a different feeling.
Yeah.
So be on time for work? Cool.
Well, well played, Jerome.
Sorry.
I'm just calling everyone a different name
Yeah,
today.
that's awesome. That's better than a bad name.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
we've
like,
all been called way worse.
Yes. I get Timothy, Tomathan.
Oh, stop it with you. The butchering of my name has been.
Oh, I bet.
Still to this day.
That's a good one.
Joaquin.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Like I've said this before. There's two moments that were kind of special, but I knew it was in both cases where I knew I won something or was chosen. Right. So there was a Pee Wee tournament in Vernon. And probably about 18 teams. We're all in this big banquet hall, the big picnic seating, and they were raffling off a Canucks jacket, and it was the old crap, like the V,
black and red.
yeah. Just this big poofy, and they put everyone's name was in the thing, and they pulled out one name, and they went to read it and couldn't read it, and I jumped up. Yes,
that's me.
And it was me. I wore this grotesque, and the second one was the draft. I knew what
How did they pronounce it?
no, I didn't even know what they said because they from the Portland Winterhawks, and there was a long pause. I just got up and started going to the table.
I love how the jacket even compares to that moment in your life.
Well, yeah,
in your memory.
it was quite similar.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You just got up and you knew.
I knew.
The long
That's me.
pause.
Yeah, that's
we go.
me.
All right.
That's it.
Did you get a jersey?
Yeah, they scrambled and threw something together with some Velcro on the back.
They still do that.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I remember. Like
They pre-do some of them, don't they?
they do like
Just to be
30
ready to
name
go.
bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they do, and they are just Velcro. Did you keep that one?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
at home.
Cool.
It's 92 on it. So
Ah, that's awesome.
yeah.
I like that.
yeah. So if you ever see me rolling downtown with a 92 Jersey Gage, it's funny.
Where was your draft?
Montreal.
Oh, that must have been a fun time then. Just the whole weekend and
It
everything.
was so great, man. The city was just electric. It was so hot and humid. Just a great time, man. That was a lot of fun. So much fun.
That would have been cool.
Cool little thing. I just want to get to this quickly. Launching later tonight at 6:00. Tommy, Gager, you guys got some of these.
Yes.
They were dropped off with us yesterday. It is a Ben Stelter toque and a limited edition Ben Stelter little card. This is coming be with RVLapparel.ca. They're unveiling a special collaboration with the Ben Stelter Foundation with a line of these especially crafted toques and these cards with proceeds and profits all going directly to the Ben Stelter Foundation. 6:00 tonight it will launch. RVLapparel.ca for $39.99. You could purchase a toque as well as it comes with a Ben Stelter card, which is just awesome. And all proceeds Ben Stelter Foundation. Only 250 are available of
Yeah.
these, so they will go quick. But 6:00 tonight, all in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation. RVLapparel.ca, $39.99. You get this wonderful toque that says "Play La Bamba, baby," and you get a Ben Stelter card. So
And that's a local company, local clothing company too. Check them out, which is nice to see. Support local.
can't really show it well. I'll go up to the camera.
get up
Somebody
there.
neast to talk. Well, I'm always worried that it's just silence when I go up to a camera. And it's just like, well, did somebody talk a little bit?
Whenever I get cool things like that, I worry because my daughter's all over it. Like
She takes it.
oh yeah, she's wearing to school today. Like I have this old when I played in Sweden, it's Djurgården's my track warm up track suit
Yeah.
thing. She wears it to school,
Nice.
so it's I mean it's pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
It
like,
says Jofa on it and stuff.
well, that's
Perfect.
classic.
Yeah, so she and so all the older teachers are like, "What is that?" Because it's got like 31 on there,
Nice.
and then she kind of tells them who I am, and then she gets straight A's. So
Yeah, of course. That guy from Memphis Sports Talk.
What's old is new again.
yeah,
It's
so,
true. Like the thrifting, like the old, like the 90s, early 2000s styles coming back.
Yeah,
I love
like,
that. Yeah. It's not just. It's just go to a place like that and choose what you want. You know, you don't have to be force fed what's on the runways and coming out of New York all the time.
Yeah,
So
that is
it's like,
true.
find your thing.
And people are.
I love it.
I like that's true vintage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not everybody can just go get that.
Yeah.
Can't be
Exactly.
copied.
There's a select few. Even I have some older hockey stuff from Europe that's pretty cool. Old tracksuits and things, and
And it comes with a story.
Yeah,
You're
that's
making
it.
friends
Yeah.
all over the place.
yeah, it's great. The one tracksuit from Germany. We're sponsored by Ramada. So it's got Ramada stuff all over. It looks like it's kind of weird to see like an Adidas tracksuit, but Ramada's plastered everywhere on it. So it's
Ramada Worldwide.
yeah, it's good. It's good.
We haven't had you on since the Oilers started winning. You started with the Elks who were losing football games. You moved to the Oilers who couldn't win hockey games.
Completely blew it for an entire
What's
promising
it
head
like
coach.
actually covering a team that they're winning?
I'm out of my element. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I need something different to happen here that is actual news. Because if you're on the same trajectory, it's like, oh, what are you going to write about today? It's it's amazing to have a front row seat to this historical potentially run that they're putting together, and just thinking back to November, it's like this is not even the same team. Walking into the locker room and it's a totally different place than before, when you can't even ask a question without getting your head bit off.
Right.
It's
Good vibes in there, G, right?
I think I don't know. I've never been part of a environment like that, but when teams go through that really rough stuff and realize, hey, that didn't kill us, we're still here, and I mean, do you get stronger from that? Does it help in the end, or
Yeah, like I've said this numerous times. I don't trust teams that don't go through some sort of adversity throughout the regular season. I mean, I guess a comparable, I would have to say the St. Louis Blues a few years ago when they went on that run. Right?
Worst of
they
first
were the
and-
worst team, and they, a slight tweak in net, and a guy that came up who wasn't supposed to be the guy. It was supposed to be Ville Husso. So guy comes up with a chip on his shoulder, starts lighting it up. They just start going from there, and they just don't want what happened before to happen again.
Amazing,
So it's so fresh in your mind and man, it's so hard when you don't have something recent to fall back on. Like that recency bias of prior experiences is so, I think, valuable to have in that small time frame, because I look and just on the other side, the Canucks have just steamrolled, right? Boston Bruins last year steamrolled. They hit that little bit of adversity. They don't know how to handle it, right?
easy straight into the ditch, and it's like, now what, right?
Exactly. So, I think, and plus, I do think that this year is a little bit different from last because, again, I think they had the same record by Christmas time, right? So, but the season was a little bit different, and you go back to, they want to get all the way and get the final result and the job done. But when they went on the tear last year, it was kind of just make the playoffs. And, when you have your goals throughout the season, sometimes you hit them, and then there's always, like, for a young player coming to camp, he makes the team. There's an exhale, right? So I don't see that exhale ever coming for the Oilers this year because they were supposed to make the playoffs, but now they're on this roll. But this isn't the final result. It goes way past this point of making the playoffs.
Amazing. Well, it's like, I got another story where I ruined it for somebody recently.
What did you do,
Walking
Jared?
into the Vegas room, and I'm just fresh on, like, it's playoff time. We need you to go in there and write some stuff. So I was doing visitors dressing room. Vegas is in town. And help me out here. Who is Laurent Brossois? Was the goalie. And I'm like, perfect. I remember covering this kid in the Oil Kings, so I'm gonna go say hi and maybe get a story out of him. And of course he's one of those goalies where, and I didn't know this, but it's like no,
doesn't want to talk on game days.
No, it's not that he didn't. Maybe he didn't want to or not. But anyways, I go up and introduce myself, like, hey, like, remember me, sort of thing. But yeah, that was exactly it. Like, pull out the tape recorder and his the media wranglers all over. It's like, Well, no, and very, very professional and polite. And he's like, no, like goalies don't talk on game day. And Laurent looks over at me. He's like, and he said something like, I'm a bit of a soft goalie. And he kind of laughs it off like that. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't want to ruin it for you. And it's like, okay, we'll catch up tomorrow. And of course we didn't, because he gets injured that night. Aiden Hill comes in and
it's your fault.
So you set the.
It's all.
You should have got a ring.
It was all.
You should be talking to the goalie that's going, where's my ring? I helped set this up.
But Golden Knights, you're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
But poor kid, though. I mean, just.
I know.
I mean, whatever. It's.
Hey, he still got the ring himself.
He still got the ring.
He
Yeah.
did a lot
Yeah.
for that team that
did,
year.
for
And
sure.
You know what's funny is earlier in the year when he had just come back from his hip surgery, he got called up from Henderson because he was playing for the AHL team. They were in town, and I just went, and I was in the room, and I did an interview with somebody. I think I talked to somebody, Marcia or something. And then I see LB, and he's just buzzing around. I'm like, hey, what's up, LB? He's like, hey, Tom, what's going on? And we just start talking. Microphones put away, but you could see like the PR team like start to.
Yeah.
They get that like look, and they kind of creep closer.
Yeah.
And LB kind of brushed them off, and it was just the catching up.
That's fair.
And he's very sociable.
Is it a
chatty.
superstition thing, or what is it? Is it, or it's just the way it is with some teams or some
Some
goalies?
guys, yeah. I don't. I mean, no one really ever wanted to talk to me at all, but. I mean, I would have. I don't. I understand some guys, but it was just so far between. I always found I was that focused all day,
right.
it hurt me more than anything else. Like I had to kind of float off into a different space for a little bit. You know, there's preparation, and I mean, I don't think if me talking to a reporter before the game is going to throw me off, then I probably wouldn't have made it as far as I did,
sure.
right? So I don't agree with it. I think there you can get some good insight, but I do understand how some guys don't want to stay kind of.
Well, and the media's changed too, right? Like when you spoke, it would be shown on the 6 o'clock news before a game. Really, it didn't go on newspapers.
Yeah.
Because day of, it couldn't be put into a newspaper. Yeah. There was no social media, so maybe it'd be played on the radio or something, but it didn't go out as much.
No, it didn't go out right
now
out. Yeah.
It's an immediate. It is out there on socials, on Oilers Plus, all over the place. It's on Sports Center.
No.
There's all sorts of stories are posted immediately, and they're there, and there's a quicker. There's an immediacy.
And teams don't want that bulletin board material out there, right? Anything that could fuel the fire of.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I hear Stuart Skinner talk, he's quite intelligent. He says some good things. Yeah. There's nothing. Yeah. He's more, gracious to his teammates and all. There's nothing. There's nothing really of substance. I think you're going to pull. That's going to be like bulletin board. At that point.
No. And he's way too smart for that. But he does reach back and pull out some responses. It's like, wow, this kid has got a head on his shoulders too, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, most goalies, I hate to say it, but we're not the best interviews, right? Like,
that's fair. So, and that's a positional thing in sports too. I found, like some.
You don't think goalies? Like I would feel like goalies would have the best vision of the game. Like in soccer, that's like they
when
see
they're
everything
playing
right.
during the game, that's why I do think you see a lot of goaltenders as broadcasters is because our vision of the game is essentially the best seat of the house, right? So when you hear guys talk or during the play, they can see things develop because that was our job, right? The players are constantly all over the place from different aspects. We see it all happening. So usually by the pro level, like I guarantee all these NHL guys, they can see a play happening in the offensive zone and all of a sudden, okay, I got to get ready because I'm going to get a shot against, right? Because you just saw, okay, this guy's there, that busted up. They're going to come down this side, and it's going to be a 2-on-2 or something.
Get it?
You know who was the exception? Gee, you got some of this. Was Mike Smith. He was a good interview.
Yeah.
He would tell you stuff. He didn't care. He was just.
I like that.
He was at the point in his career. He's like, I don't care. I'm going to say whatever.
Yeah, and then was that his career? Like, did he do that all career? And like, we don't know because he came here late. Or is that just that? Did he get to a point where it's just like, I'm 39 or whatever?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. To
I
me.
think it got it a little bit.
And it's the industry too, and both sides of it. The guys asking questions, the guys answering. You go back to '80s, and interviews it's like the Wild West. You're asking them anything, they're telling you stuff. It's like you watch those old interviews, it's like, wow, this is like gold
Yes.
from beginning to end. You don't get it anymore. Now it's like, flip open the textbook page. Here's answer to this. And it's just all
It's
the
an
same
algorithm.
generic-
Yeah.
Yes. That's all it is.
It's too bad.
The call center followed the sheet. They said this and say this. And
Pretty
You're absolutely
much.
right. It is too
Jerry's
bad
right.
because as soon as a player answers something a little bit off key, then it just everybody's on it and it blows up
Yeah.
and he
So
either
it's so
and he gets
unique now.
attacked and then all the players see it and it's like, whoa, okay, I gotta keep it way more boring and generic and
Yes.
dull. I don't want this to happen to me. So in the end, we're as media creating this whole environment for ourselves because players are feeling like, oh, I can't say anything that's not to be expected.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I always find
Too
that Draisaitl's always on the cusp.
I love.
Yeah.
It's a European of him,
Yeah,
right? Like everybody's on him for how nasty he can be and stuff like that. But it's like, hey, there's a guy in the locker room showing some form of emotion. This
Yeah.
is amazing. He should not be strung up for this.
Even on
So
his face. I like,
Even on his face, yeah. And that tells the whole story for sure. But and I get it. It's like, oh, well, you shouldn't be doing that. Or people are like, oh, you shouldn't be asking him stuff like that. It's like, no, this is good. This is what it's about.
I remember I asked, this was like 2 or 3 years ago, I asked, he did something like pretty good. And I asked him, I'm like, all right, you got this and that. And he goes, did you see my other shifts and this and that? And he like brushed it off. And I messaged him later. I'm like, didn't want the compliment, huh? He's like, no, I don't need those. I'm like, okay.
That's
like,
fair.
okay.
Yeah. But no, you can tell he's from somewhere else. It's
Yeah.
just he's just a little bit different, and I don't hate it. It's just neat to see.
Yeah. It's funny.
very insightful. He's one I do enjoy listening
Oh,
to
yeah.
what he has to say because he can really go into breaking things down and giving those thoughtful, just cliche answers.
Right.
Portions of this hour brought to you by The Hive Product Marketing, official promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, thehiveproductmarketing.com. They're the official merch partner of EST. Gage is wearing the hat that they kindly helped us get out there. EST shop, if you go to edmontonsportstalk.com, go to the top, it says shop EST. We do have a little bit of merch that could still be for purchase, and then I'll have to connect with Chelsea soon here to work on whatever's next.
I
for
like
Edmonton
saying
Sports Talk.
curate the next pop-up shop.
I like how it's like curate, like it's like
That's what
I'm
it
an
is.
art dealer or something. I'm really.
You just dress it up, curate.
I can see myself at a kiosk at the mall one day with the EST merch.
You're gonna just shill it for us?
You
Yeah,
would be
there we
the
go.
guy. Would you wear a suit?
Maybe a tracksuit.
Oh, okay.
I want the official EST logo to be a fully dressed bacon wrapped hot dog. Just
We might be able to pull that off, Jerry.
please do.
We might be able to.
We haven't talked about this on the Hangout because I have no idea what's going on with it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to defer to you, Tommy.
Uh-oh.
But tomorrow there's a draft on the EST Hangout
Oh,
presented
yeah.
by White Claw.
The captain
The
draft.
draft of captains. They are drafting captain sports and non-sports. I don't know any of your categories. I don't know what the
have
order
them.
is. This isn't a case of me being bitter or anything like that. No one
You
has
are
given me
bitter.
any info on this.
Being bitter right now.
How? No one has sent me any info. So, what are the categories? And for you guys, like, who should be a top pick if you guys were drafting top captains of anything? I guess.
Are you a guy who likes to be prepared, man?
It'd be not. Well, I'm supposed to host this tomorrow.
Can you not fly by the seat of your pants like that?
Well, but the problem is then I'll get ripped.
That's-
Then it's like, you're not prepared for this, and then if I get
Lucky-
prepared, you want to be back in on this. Like, there's no win for
Lucky
me.
you got thick skin.
Yeah.
Lucky
right.
you got big shoulders.
Well,
I'm
one's
not looking
messed
forward
up.
to this. Yes,
I have the categories.
Finally.
If you, okay. Salty.
Hey, he just wants to keep swinging here.
Clearly, someone get him another White Claw.
I still got lots of my black cherry. Don't worry.
Yeah, through your straw. What a neat
That's
point.
awesome, because now it shows.
I was really hoping for a bendy straw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have any.
Yeah, or
These
the
were
metal
here when we
ones
got
that
here.
stay cool, right? Chilled.
I don't think it's easy to buy straws nowadays. I think you can only do it on Amazon.
Do you not go to the dollar store on the
they have
regular?
straws still?
Oh, you're missing out.
Dollar store is rogue, man.
Yeah.
They live in their own.
Well, I never need a straw.
Yeah.
Well, apparently
Today,
that's
well, I've got a straw.
not correct.
This works just fine. Look at this.
but
Oh boy.
I understand how straws work.
It works just
I'm just saying, a bendy would just be a little more comfortable in your hand. The angles.
You need the custom straw, like go to Indigo.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
go crazy
They
and
actually
get
do
a
have a
little
lot of
loopy
weird
The
things
loops in there.
loops. Oh, those were the best. Yeah.
categories.
Okay. Sure. Captain accessory, pirate, space, movie, police, animated.
Question.
Answer?
Don't look at me for the answer because I have no idea what's going
Yeah.
on.
No,
Jerry?
you're running this thing, so you,
No,
get, to,
I'm not.
you get to make the
No,
rules.
he's been
I'm not
voted
the
out,
commish.
or
I'm not the
he
commish anymore.
quit.
I resigned.
So Quinn's our commissioner.
I
now.
resigned.
Oh no.
She's doing great.
Oh no, she would do great, but
Yeah.
that all of a sudden
That's why
changes.
I have
It
to
changes
host,
things.
but I
Okay.
don't know anything going on.
Okay, then I'm going to ask this question in your stead. Real people, or can they be fictional characters?
Fictional characters.
Okay, well, space. I hope we're all going to go with James Tiberius Kirk.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be right
hands
up there.
down.
Yeah.
like number one.
What about Jean-Luc Picard? Where would he be?
He's up there, man.
Captain Picard.
Yeah, he didn't mess
Can you go
around
through those
either.
categories again? Was it like
Captain accessory, pirate.
accessory?
What's an accessory? That's
I don't
Like that's the one that got me. What is the
eye
accessory?
patch? I don't know.
Okay, I get it. So they have to something
Oh,
that the
Captain's
captain
accessory.
wears. So
Parrot,
like,
Captain Hook.
oh, that sounds weird.
phaser,
Okay,
Okay.
right?
Let's see.
Space, movie, police, animated, 2 open, and 6 sports captains. So this can go like all over.
Yeah.
Wow.
is that how it's being posted
Yeah.
in that order?
Yeah. I don't know if that's how it's being posted. I'm assuming because when you were still commissioned, this was the order it was being posted.
Yeah, but I'm not commissioned.
publicly. We've used your template, okay?
Stealing my
We've
stuff.
used
That's
your
cool.
template.
Yeah, because you guys still need me. You guys couldn't come up with your own.
Now there's the bitterness.
Yeah.
Right?
That one is a bitterness.
Gee,
yeah.
we pulled it. Just didn't take much to get it out of him.
Oh, but I'm asking a question because that matters into who gets picked
Politely
first
answer,
overall.
and then you got all
Oh, you could have just
snappy
answered.
on me.
Oppenheimer here wants to be the one pushing the red button.
Yes, he does. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I've got my homework to do tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know where it's gonna go.
Who's the top sports captain?
Cal Ripken Jr.
Whoa,
He's never done it, like talk about. They always say you don't want to meet your heroes. I feel like that's a guy I could have met, and he's not. Brett Favre himself at the end. He was just clean and there the whole way to the point.
Yeah.
To the point where who was it? Was it A-Rod? He's like at the All-Star. He's like, no, I'll take third base. You go play shortstop. Like just
Yeah.
that commanding level of respect and admiration.
I
And
remember
They
that.
read that the Jeter.
Jeter.
Oh.
Thank you.
Because he was traded to New
Yes.
York. He was a shortstop,
Oh.
and Jeter was a shortstop. He's like, I'll take third. You
Yes,
shortstop."
amazing. I mean, but maybe it was the air growing. I'm not saying he's a saint, but it wasn't to the point where but I can't remember anything wrong that guy's done
He's just very
in his
consistent,
life.
right?
And just didn't he win a home run derby too at one point in his
Did
career? Just like I don't know, he's my top dog.
he kept his nose clean,
Yes,
right? Like Cal Ripken Jr. kept his nose clean.
I think Messier though is number one sports captain
that's fair.
In this market.
for this
a very Edmonton
draft for
choice.
Edmonton.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For where if
Yeah,
you're going
you
for the
could-
top captain in sport,
Not even, yeah. For him to do that thing in Game 6 and bring the cup to the Rangers, that was pretty magical. Although it ripped my heart out of my Canucks at the time, but yeah, I think he would go with. I'm trying to think of other. There's a guy, a cricket captain that's got like over 200 million followers on Instagram, but I don't know if he's going to push the needle that much.
Well, see, it's mostly going to have to be hockey, I think, because soccer, there's the captains, they have the bands, but no one knows them fully. Football, they'd wear the C's in the NFL, but no one really fully knows who the captains are. It's not a big thing. Basketball, there's nothing really. Baseball, there's nothing really for captains as
Interesting.
much. Hockey's got it's very well known who captains are.
Where'd that originate? Is that like only you can come up to the ref?
I
And
think
is
that's
that,
how it came.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But Igor Larionov, didn't he wear the K for the?
Oh, nice.
It's a big one. Red Army team.
I think the sports category is
Yeah.
going to be a little weak. Like in terms of winning this,
Man,
there's
it's
a
gonna-
couple of guys that you need to go get, And then beyond that, it doesn't really matter. It's your focus on the other
Yeah,
ones.
I think that it's going to be the characters and the fictional captains that probably.
Like Tom Brady was a captain,
you
right?
go.
So
Yeah, but do you think of him as a captain? You're right.
But he's where's
Peyton Manning.
He would have been the C and all that, but like, yeah, I don't think
When
you're
did they
thinking
get
of those
quarterback?
guys.
If your quarterback is not,
I want to say it was 10 years ago or something, 10, 12 years ago
Yeah,
or
it's not
something.
long.
If
right?
the quarterback is not your captain, it's something
that's-
Yeah,
so
yeah.
iffy.
Iffy, right?
Yeah.
They'd have to be just a new player, basically.
Right.
And-
I think that's the only time when they wouldn't be is that they're just a rookie that's first year. But outside of that,
That's
you're right.
fair.
Like it's if you're captain,
or if you got a Ray Lewis type of
But they usually have, like,
personality
3
in the locker
captains.
room. That's true.
I think in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Is a Skip a captain?
No, well, let's look at Furby, right? I mean, he
Yeah.
kind of
Wasn't he
got all the
shoot
credit,
third?
but yeah, he'd be the yeah.
Yes, you would, but they're
Somebody
not
else who
called
throws- They're not
captains,
called
right?
captains,
Yeah.
though,
And
right?
that's where this draft I think is going to be interesting. Is that it's like they're captain drafts.
This one's tricky.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Tricky.
you know, you could
It's-
go. Have you watched? I watched a documentary on the America's Cup, the
Sailing.
winged keel. So I forget that name.
Yeah,
of
but that's not going to appeal to a single listener.
No,
of
but
EST.
me, I'd be that is original. That's
just
good.
these whole industry or sport changing
Yeah.
inventions.
You have to hit the
Absolutely.
documentaries a little bit, but that was a good documentary. How the Americas, I think the Australians won, and the whole controversy.
forever.
Great
Yeah,
sports
yeah.
documentary with because they came in with the winged keel and had to bring it over, and it was all
Or
under-
hiding it.
and stuff,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
they finally and just the pain of the America's team and the captain got shunned
and the cheating that they'd have to go and they still had to overcome it.
Yeah, oh, it was
What
great.
an
It was
amazing doc.
that was great.
I also loved Losers. You
Oh
seen
yeah,
Losers?
Yeah, that's a good
Where's
one.
that? Netflix?
Netflix, yeah.
Losers.
Yeah, it's all these guys that didn't make the actual tin cup story
Yeah.
and all these
Yeah.
these like just didn't quite do
Didn't
it.
quite do
Yeah.
it.
Is Damon
Figure
Duvall
skater.
in there? Although he was number
seen it a
one
while
ranked in the
ago.
world
No.
briefly, and then Tiger just ran away with
No,
it, right?
I've
It's a
seen
great name. Like just
Damon
to
Duvall?
remembering Damon Duvall. Like it's easy to forget about Damon.
He was
Duvall.
the guy, like he was, and then Tiger just
Well, do
crushed
any
him.
Ryder Cup captains get picked?
I don't know, man.
Like that's like it's very again that'd be a niche
Yeah.
thing. Golf
Yeah.
fans would know some of the Ryder Cup captains that there have been,
And a memorable Ryder Cup.
and a
you can-
very memorable Ryder
like-
Cup made the right calls or whatever. But the majority of people are like, that's not.
It doesn't have to be
Give
a
me
cons-
Connor McDavid.
It doesn't have to be a consensus thing. It's
But
your
you're
own-
winning.
your
You're
own
trying to win a
picks.
vote, though.
No, well, okay, but
Well,
then-
that's
but
that's the thing. It's either, or do you want to just get what you think is best,
Yes.
or do you want to get the
No,
vote?
I think it has to be your own individual choice. I think you should also get a chance to explain each pick before everybody.
could.
Everybody
yeah,
hears.
you get like a small.
But you're never going to
window
get the
of time.
vote that. Like you're never going to win a
Yeah.
draft.
See, but Sevi Ballesteros, he
Yes.
had the change in his pocket, and when the American team was putting, he was playing with his change.
That's the
soda here.
folklore.
But if you were
Right,
to
right.
add that as the kind of the caveat of that's kind of.
But then those that know would be like, yeah, that's actually a great captain.
Yeah.
There
well
you
done.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
But how many people are going to know that where then you're going to get the vote?
cares
So
about
it's
that?
like, if you were in a draft, would you want to win or do you want to
Are
pick
you
what
in
you're
it for
happy
the,
with?
Are you in life for the trophies, or are you just?
That's what each drafter has to figure out.
This
We
is
have
what has
relegation
shaped
now.
me as to who I am.
Tommy's got to
Yeah.
figure that, like, Tommy's in it. Like,
Yeah.
are you in it to win it or are you in it to pick
I'm in it
what's
to
best?
win it now,
Because it's
and I'm coming off a win.
he used to pick based on heart.
Yeah,
here you
and
go,
it
here you go.
didn't do me well.
Do you make a movie that is going to be huge in the box office, or do you make one that's going to be one of those sleeper ones with a huge cult following, where after you're long gone, it is remembered and whatever came out number one that week is?
I respect
forgotten.
that strategy. That's what I used to do. Now I've totally sold out. I'm going for the win.
Because Dusty goes for the
you
win.
need to appeal to the masses.
Yeah, Dusty doesn't
In-
care
in
about
the-
any of his picks.
yeah.
He goes for what the people
He maybe
want.
takes one pick for himself.
Yeah.
at
I think
the very
that's
end.
that's what makes a difference between a true artist.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah,
Tommy's winning Academy Awards. Dusty's
Yeah.
getting the box office.
Old
success.
Gary over there,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna
No one
remember
watches
him.
your shit, but you can thank your mom at that's on stage.
up,
Some
Brilliant
after.
people
artist.
just eat the hot dogs. Some people just take it all in as an
Yeah.
experience.
they savor it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's I've learned you're all about those honey buns. Yeah,
That's good. That's
The draft of captains tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
9 to 11 right here in Edmonton Sports Talk on the Hangout presented by White Claw. So I will have to host it for the first 30 minutes
how
or
many
so.
White Claws will you have during that?
None.
Oh.
None at the one. I'll have the one to start.
I want you to be
And
just
then I gotta
drunk
go.
for the next 3 months on this show. Why not?
That's not. No, that's not that. That's something that I was my. I think it's like 4 out of 5 shows. I'll probably have one.
I like it.
I don't know if I could do every 5. Like I think it might be, but there might be a situation where I'll just have to have one every show.
Are we getting restocked in this 3-month window?
Well, I have no idea. But like if we're like no matter what, I will just go restock it with my own money.
Or
Oh,
don't
okay.
you guys
Like,
have an intern?
Yeah, Zach to come.
we're making
He's the
him
one
pay
who
for
provided
it?
the coffee today.
Yeah, what do you think the experience he's getting are free?
Yes, Jerry. I love that.
Plus, what other things is he going to mess up on between now and then?
We still haven't figured out
at
what he's
least
done, yeah.
owe you a case of White Claw.
It's like when your puppy poops in a corner, you don't find it for 2 days.
This is how rumors get started. Zacticum pooped in a corner.
He has to write a report, I think, for tomorrow to send to Nate for his first month follow
did
up,
you
and it's
do?
going to be now.
I would just take
Gerry
this clip.
Moddejonge of Postmedia kept claiming I pooped in the corner. Everyone started believing this.
I would just send in this clip and say, let's see what I have to put up with. Like, obviously, I got what it takes.
I get a call from Pat Galenza after going, what is going on at EST with your practicum
yeah.
No, that's
students?
fair.
Yeah.
It's like, fine, don't send anymore. Meanwhile, they're lining up to get in this door.
He's basically Kramer's intern. He's building a bladder right now.
Bob
They will
Sacramento.
pull him out, but he'll want to come back. He wants to finish the
I
bladder.
want to finish the
Finish what we started.
Primerica Industries.
Yes. Good recall of that episode. That is one of my favorite Seinfeld episodes, I think.
Oh,
That's right at the top.
Buddy,
It's like close up there.
choose your favorite child. Good luck.
Renee from Century Casino was showing us. She's got 2 Seinfeld tattoos.
Yes.
She's
No
got
way.
the 2 5A, 5B for Jerry and Kramer's apartments.
On her wrist, yeah.
wrists.
Oh, yeah. Unless you have the Kramer painting tattooed
Oh.
shoulder blade to shoulder blade. I don't think you're really in it to win that one.
That is art.
You can meet Renee, Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, Super
Yeah.
Bowl Sunday, which we will be there. You had to text you on.
No. No.
How are you feeling about the draft tomorrow, anyways? Though, like,
I don't know. Like
because this feels
is
like a
wild
weird
card.
one.
It's a wild card. It really is.
And
Like,
where are you drafting again?
I took 4-5 swing.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but again, like
Who's got first pick?
Dusty, Milne
then?
2, Eric 3. I'm guessing. Yeah, I took 4-5 swing. I don't know. Like people, like Jerry was talking about. Like you get this captain, he'll put you over the top with James. Was it Tiberius Kirk? Yeah, like you get Captain Kirk, and it's like, but what about the people that hate Star Trek?
Who?
Right?
You mean the people that just don't out in public admit that they love it?
Well,
That's,
that could
Never
be
watched
he
it.
put up his arm immediately.
no, we know what you were too busy watching.
Yeah, Big Brother.
It's been determined.
100 hours.
And
of Big Brother
waiting for
per
people
week.
like Gage on the golf course taking too damn long.
Oh my goodness! It's all coming full. It's
Ouch.
getting.
I hate
neatly-
seeing people enjoy themselves.
Yeah,
Hit your damn shot.
I'm high-fiving my buddies, having great, and he's sitting there like
Hit the
in
ball.
the rough,
Yeah.
waiting to duff his shot 8 feet.
I will enjoy that as long as I don't have to wait.
Yeah, so you're waiting to mess up. That's basically what you're doing.
Like I like Charlie Conway, Captain Duck, right from the Mighty Ducks.
Oh,
but
that's a
how
good
many
one.
people?
Well, he was the captain.
I know,
'Cause in
but, like, how many
D2,
people give a crap
He
about
took
that?
himself out of the lineup to
D1.
No, D2.
Was it D2?
In
Yeah,
the one
D2.
at the World Games, or whatever the heck they were.
How dare you besmirch the Junior Goodwill games like
Thank
that?
you. The Goodwill Games against Iceland.
Yeah.
He took himself out, so I forgot who can go in. Because he had his
Adam
wrist
Banks.
was fine. And his wrist was fine because he did the test. And he's
Yeah.
like, look, I could move my wrist.
And it's good. Yeah.
And then so he pulled himself and went on the bench. That's a true captain.
yeah.
I
That is
gave
a
a
true
sleeper pick the other day. It's
I know.
Yeah, they talked about it. What
Maverick.
Captain Pete Mitchell.
I respect Pete
And what's
Mitchell
that?
very much.
was it? Who's that?
Top Gun.
Yeah, I've never seen Top Gun.
What?
I've never seen
Matthew.
You just went straight to Top Gun 2.
That a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
it's still a great movie.
There's a lot of movies I've never seen in my life, and Top Gun, all of them, no, never seen them.
I think a
Fantastic
review
movie.
of war movies might help. Right? Like
Yeah, like Captain was it John
Ca-
Miller
Oh.
from
Tom
Captain,
Hanks from
yeah,
Saving Private
yeah.
Ryan. Like,
Is there?
Captain Miller.
What about Band of Brothers?
well,
top one there.
Dick Winters. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an American hero.
that's a movie. You ever watch that whole Band of Brothers?
It's amazing.
Many times.
That's one of the best
Yeah.
series ever.
Do you
And
know
then when
what matches it actually really well is Chernobyl, which HBO. Also
Oh,
did.
that was
Like
fantastic.
they are on the same level in my
Yeah.
mind
Yeah.
of just brilliant mini series.
I burnt through that the whole thing in one night. That thing that was because I was alive and I remember when it happened. So I was too young, but then to get all the backstory of all the bad stuff that was going, oh my gosh, just terrible.
Like-
Great show.
Bones says any captains from Ghostbusters. Not really. Otherwise, I would obviously pick them.
Right, all of them.
Yeah, all of them. The rookie says Shane Falco.
That's a good one.
It is.
nice.
That was on the other day. I watched
Was
it.
it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in years now.
Yeah.
Captain,
good.
is it Eon Star from Spaceballs? Am I saying that right?
Lone Star.
Lone Star.
Star.
Oh, it looks like a
Yeah.
uppercase I. Sorry, Lone Star. That makes way more sense. My bad. Sunny D says Captain America. Yeah, like,
Of course.
I could
So-
never get into the Avengers.
but like, it's really good, and you watched it. But Jerry, like, so if you take Captain Canada, Ryan Smith, like that was one of the first things
Right.
yesterday when it was discussed.
That helps you
YouTube,
win.
YouTube
Yes.
Trev brought it up, and it's like, yeah, because anytime you mention Ryan Smith around here, people are like, I love Smitty. Whoever's got Smitty. Mark Messier. I'm starting to find like the 80s Oilers, like the love isn't what it was.
It's
Right,
fading.
like, your audience is changing.
It's changed. Yeah. People are getting older and stuff. So
I'd be picking Andrew Ference.
There you go.
do you want to win? Like, I love Andrew Ference, but
He's doing a
that
lot of
was
good stuff.
He is
in the
doing
NHL.
great stuff. He's a very good man, but like he was the captain at a really bad time in the organization's history, and it doesn't come with a good
So there's,
connotation.
Corson.
there's strategy to this.
Yeah, like Shane
Corson's
Corson.
great.
Yeah, but do people around here think of him as a great
I don't
captain?
think people remember he was an Oiler. He
They're-
assisted on my first point in the NHL.
nice.
Or he scored he helped me get enough points.
You set him
Yeah,
up.
I set him up. Yeah.
Yeah. If it weren't for you, he wouldn't have scored that night.
Wouldn't have signed that big ticket.
I know. But like,
I don't know
but
where
it's
this
that,
one
That's
fully
what you have
goes.
to. That's what you
It's-
have to consider, right? Like,
Yeah.
like if you go Ryan Smith, Captain Canada, or Andrew Ference, Captain during the Decade of Darkness, people around here, the voters, are going to be like, "Pff, Smitty.
How niche do you get?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Dusty always has a good mix of popular culture and local heroes. That's his recipe
People also
for
just
success.
love Dusty. That whatever
Yeah,
it is,
that's
they go,
true.
that's
Yeah.
great. Oh my God, Dusty,
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And they just love
Although-
Dusty.
He
He's
must
got
be
that
right.
love. He's got that love. Yes.
He didn't have a good draft last time. He went all
he's not
in
always
on
gonna win.
vacation. So
No.
because it was a Christmas draft, right? He went all in on Christmas vacation. I think that was his downfall.
Yeah.
So many good things. Yeah, but you can't go too much, I guess.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless it's Ghostbusters.
Well, Jerry, did you see the new trailer for the upcoming?
Love it. I
it's
love
gonna be amazing.
everything about Ghostbusters. The girl
you.
Ghostbusters, everybody hated it, loved it. It's great.
They ruined a great cast with terrible writing and bad production.
I didn't mind it.
It was still the first taste we've had since
Yeah.
the cartoon came.
Yeah,
Like there's
the
just
real
a big
yeah.
gap there. And my daughter was young at the time, and I'm getting her into it, and she's like just all in on that stuff. And it's like,
Did she like it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Thor was great in it too.
Yeah,
He was-
Hemsworth
Yes.
was hilarious.
He was
Kevin,
hilarious.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's like, can I bring my cat to the office? And they're like, your cat? And he's like, no, my dog. They're like, didn't you just say my cat? Yeah, that's his name, my cat. And he's so deadpan about it. You're
so
like,
good.
oh my God, that is good.
It is. It's perfect. It's perfect. I mean, if you didn't like that movie, you might have to temper your expectations.
I had problems with it. And it wasn't the
that's-
female cast.
No.
It was they
that's
did
it's
terrible.
because so much time's passed. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
finally, and then it's like, what was that? But now we're kind of getting more to what people were hoping for.
And
Maybe
what I do appreciate, and being a Ghostbusters fan, my brothers bought me the new Ghostbusters game, PS5 or PS4. They've incorporated all the old elements of Ghostbusters, the classics, and they've brought in, like, they included Ghostbusters Afterlife.
nice.
And then now they're bringing in the stuff that's coming in the new movies.
I came across the fire hall, the
Yeah.
Lego Ghostbusters base. So I'm building that as we speak.
man.
It's amazing.
Classic. I've been to the one in New York City.
Nice.
Where
The
they
fire
only
hall,
shot the
it's still-
exteriors. Yeah, it's 8 hook and ladder, I think it's
Yeah.
called. And in the preview of or trailer of the new movie, they have the one fireman, and his badge on his helmet is from 8.
Nice.
Fire Hall
Nice.
8 hook and ladder. It's a
Nice.
reference to that one, which is
Very
kind of
cool.
neat. Yeah.
Did you ever have a fire pole in your house growing up? No.
No, my next place will though.
Tom
No,
Marchant did.
What?
What?
Yeah, we went to play the Sabres, and it was during Thanksgiving. We went to his place for Thanksgiving dinner, and he had a fire pole.
That's
His
amazing.
parents had a fire pole.
Like to actually get up and down.
Yeah.
Not up, but obviously.
yeah,
but down
yeah.
level.
And there was a bunch of pillows, and I'm pretty sure, unless I'm hallucinating.
So that's different from Tommy's house. That's a stripper pole.
Wait a second.
That hole in the ground is the big difference.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I like my
That was
entertainment
good.
differently.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Captain Cedric Daniels from The Wire, big Maple Sports Cards, also throwing it. Anyone that has
See,
seen The
like-
Wire.
Wire's
That's-
good.
Yeah.
The
Wire's-
Wire's the rare TV series where they actually had an ending and got there instead of just, okay, you're canceled, right? It's just,
Yeah, good point.
And that was also a show that didn't have, like, people didn't watch it or love it as much when it was
When it was
on.
on.
And then it came out, and everyone's now gone back and like, oh my God, this is actually the greatest drama
how many
ever,
times
or one
do
of
you,
the greatest.
yeah, how many times do you invest all this time in the show and then just be left with no ending because it gets canceled? And that one's
Yeah.
like, and that ending, not to ruin it, just it makes everything full circle and you're like,
Though season 5 was, I didn't like the storyline of
of course they're getting to the end.
that one was,
They knew it.
that storyline of the serial killer was a little like,
Yeah. Jumping the shark.
yeah, but like the rest of the series was
Yeah.
just unbelievable.
Love how they changed scenes each season.
Yeah,
Just
the themes.
Well done. Yep.
Went police,
Newsroom.
docks, schools,
Yeah.
no, politics, schools, newsroom.
Yep.
It was just an amazing how they, and then for most of them outside of the docks, they kept them together.
Yeah.
And it was really well done. Have you seen The Wire?
No.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. I have
I will watch Fastlane. You watch The Wire.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
yeah.
come in.
Drive to
again.
Survive.
Drive to Survive.
Yeah, okay.
Fastlane, what is this?
You're making stuff up,
He's
G.
an Eagles fan.
I don't know.
We'll also get you into the Big Brother after you watch Drive to Survive.
not.
We'll get you
Not
into
a
the Big
chance.
Brother.
No,
Big
we
Brother
will
Canada
not.
will start.
Oh, good. Let's go with the slightly worse
No,
Canadian
Canada- actually-
knockoff
no,
version.
no.
Yeah, they're not great.
The Canadian one's better than the US.
Oh,
right
that's
now.
you say that
So-
as a
No, this is
typical
legit.
true Canadian
so
consumer.
Big Brother's
Yeah.
now
Oh,
done
Jesus.
25 seasons in the US or something. First, like 12, 13 seasons were excellent. Now it's starting to fade a little bit. It's not as good. The Canadian ones have found the magic of those early US
Right.
1 years, and they are better drama, better entertainment.
Right. They're
than
the
other
Degrassi
ones.
Junior High.
You want to watch Big Brother Canada right now better than Big Brother US.
If
Straight
you
up.
say so.
I do. And when you start watching, you're
I
like,
will-
oh my God, Matt, you were completely
I will
right.
not.
This Big Brother season 11 of Canada, or is it 10, is way better
cares?
than season 26 of the US. Look how much more fun they are having. Less twists, more drama, more excitement.
Look at all the one person I know talking about it out there.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely love that show.
Touche.
I
You know
absolutely
what?
love that
Good
show.
for you for finding something you enjoy, and because it's hard to do. There's so much out there. It's like,
Yeah.
what do I watch?
good thing for PVRs too. Because can you imagine if he couldn't record that, you
yeah,
were
yeah.
sitting on the golf
How
course
many-
for 5
3
hours?
times a week.
Oh my gosh, that would
times
just
a
be.
week.
How many?
I
Again,
need
here's
to
the thing.
get to Big
You are
Brother.
still you were in the minority of that. I'm in the majority of
How
that.
many VHS cassettes he'd have stacked up on the wall?
Yeah,
Those things took up so much space.
Yeah, man.
I used to record PTI every day with VHS.
Nice.
So I can get
That's a
home
great
every day.
show.
That's the one thing.
I love
I've
that.
basically been watching that one since the start.
That's fair.
Great
That is
show.
my favorite show. I'll be sad when it's over.
Me too. Those guys are getting old.
Tony is.
Yeah, Wilbon was talking about like covering games in the early 80s, and
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Amazing.
We're almost done for the EST Hangout presented by White Claw for today. 2 guys and a goalie coming up at noon. You, Cass, and Dusty. I don't know what you guys like. I'm assuming looking at some trade deadline talk. There was the players
Lindholm.
poll yesterday. Lindholm trade from yesterday. You guys got actually then quite a bit to discuss. Up next, it is the lock shop with Dusty and Huss. They'll look at some of their best bets for tonight. What have you been like? Do you get to enjoy a week off, or do you have to do some other things?
No, I mean, it never ends, right?
Yeah.
You always got to feed the beast. But yeah, and it's kind of nice having the team on a little hiatus, and but still get to watch a couple of the best at their craft this weekend. So
Do you have to write about All-Star?
No, we got people in Toronto,
Yeah.
so
DVD
we,
went,
we
yeah.
don't travel anymore. And
He's-
DVD went for NHL.com. That guy is living the dream.
So's Gerry.
Yeah, I think Postmedia.
Oh,
What's the Gretzky's basement that I?
It's a pop-up shop.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Ty's running
actually.
it with his
Yeah.
brothers. They
That's
did a
pretty
good-
neat.
It is neat.
Yeah.
And then Gooby, who we had on Hello Hockey 2 weeks ago, does like custom skates.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he gave
yeah.
the Spit and Chicklets
Yeah.
guys some skates.
Those are
Good to
tight.
see Gooby. Really good guy. Like he was living in Fort Mac when the floods happened. His place got flooded out. He was basically homeless, and he just started. You'd do $50 for a pair of skates, and you would do them up. Now he's charging, I think, $850 to $1,000, and he's got like NHL clients and. Yeah, great story, and he was down there because Ty and him are buddies and met him last summer. So it's kind of cool what they're doing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's neat. I don't like just seeing the custom. I don't know how like Connor Bedard isn't wearing like Jordan looking skates
He could.
with the black. I think that would be so.
Or with the Reebok pump.
Yeah.
I still got pumps.
The
I
pumps.
still use my pumps.
Yeah, amazing.
They're blown up, but whatever.
Well, they were ahead of their time.
yeah.
Gerry Gager, thanks for coming in. On behalf of Tom, Joaquin Gage, Gerry Moddejonge, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in to the EST Hangout. Like I said, 2 guys in goalie coming up at noon, but up next, it is the Lock Shop with Dusty and us right here on Edmonton Sports Talk in just a few minutes.